And their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Emporium presents A Very Beer Christmas.
'Tis the season to be drinking, fa la 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 la.
Give the gift of beer this holiday season. Emporium is offering a special 12 Beers of Christmas box. 12 Beers of Christmas is a specially curated 12-pack of beers from different breweries. The 12 Beers of Christmas will have many styles and lots are limited release. One beer for each day up to Christmas. Stop by Emporium today on Dickinson Avenue and also on Facebook and Instagram.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holt Nailers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they've come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Thanksgiving Eve edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. We are live online, pr927fm.com. You can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube, as we got a lot to get to on today's program. A lot of football talk. We're talking high school, college, and NFL on today's show. We got the voice, Jeff Charles, recapping East Carolina's win over Navy and looking ahead to Cincinnati. He joins us in about 20 minutes. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will have his favorite plays. He'll give us his thoughts on ECU 14-point underdogs to Cincinnati. Also talk some college basketball with all that going on today. It is feast week. You got Maui, you got Battle for Atlantis, all the tournaments going on. So we'll keep you abreast of those situations on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. At 4 o'clock, Wager McGhee is in to talk college football and NFL. Troy D is here at 5. Bryce Williams at 5:30. And we got Shirley Rhodes here, Chandler Honeycutt here. We'll get to them in a moment, but we'll kick off the show the way we've kicked off the past 3 Wednesday editions of Pirate Radio Live, and that is with the head football coach of the J.H. Rose Rampants, Will Bland, who joins us, and that means the Rampants won again and are moving on in the North Carolina High School State Playoffs. Will, great to chat with you again. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good. Great to be back on.
Yes, sir.
If I'm talking to you, we advance.
We got a great tradition going here. We got this thing rolling. We've done it the last month, it seems. And, Will, the only difference in your win this past weekend was you had to go get it on the road. And I was talking to some guys that cover it closer than I, Brian North and Brian Bailey, and asked, would this be considered an upset? And they said, well, Rose going on the road and winning a bit of an upset, but you guys belong. You showed it. And, Will, we've talked about it with you and every coach ever. You got to stop the run. And you guys were able to do that on Friday night.
Well, I don't know about that. We just did a little bit more than they did. I think the rest for 241. But we was able to get some big-time turnovers. I think they had 4 turnovers that we got. And when we had to stop the run, we stopped the run. But so I'm very proud of our defense, how they buckled down and created turnovers, and then the offense just doing what they do and putting points on the board.
Will, what's a bus ride home like after a big playoff win like that? What was that? I don't know. How long was that ride, first of all?
It was probably about 2.5 hours on the bus.
What was that like coming back to Greenville?
Well, normally I don't ride the bus. I drive.
Oh, that's right.
I think they were a little bit tired after that game. But we broke it up going up. We stopped at Golden Corral going up there, and then went to Fayetteville State to do a little walkthrough. So I think the kids were excited about that, being able to stop me at a college and get on their turf and do a little walkthrough. But I before they got on, but I know it was just mayhem. How excited everybody was that we went down there and we knocked off an undefeated team, which was a really, really good undefeated team, and they did it with class. They came out there, they didn't back down for anybody, and then now we're on to the 4th round. Yeah, and Will, we talked about it last week that in your first 2 playoff games, Rose put up 45 and 34 points in the victories, just 20 points, but that was enough, and you credit your defense forcing those turnovers, getting stops when you needed to. How about your offense getting just enough done on Friday to get the win? I thought they did a great job. I think that we put them back on the heels when we went up 10 to nothing. But I know we left some points on the board. I know we got stopped. I think 3 times on the 1-yard line, which we worked very hard in practice this week to try to shore that up. Because we rather have 7 points than get 3 points. So we've been working hard to make sure we can get the ball in the end zone and get a bigger lead. But I'm very proud of how they was able to go out there and make big plays. When we needed some running game, we had a little bit of that, and then the passing game has just been getting better and better every week. Will Bland joining us. J.H. Rose will be at home Friday night. So one of your rewards for winning, of course, is advancing and moving on. The other one is you get back at home, the matchup with Scotland. So how nice is that, Will, that, look, the more you win, it seems like the longer those bus rides get in the playoffs. So how nice is it to have a home game coming up on Friday night? Oh, very nice. I mean, we don't have to make all them plans to make sure the kids get out. Well, they don't have to get out of school early, but make sure they get here on time so we can leave on time. You got to be able to stop somewhere for them to eat and try to set up some walkthrough stuff. So being at home, we ain't got to do any of that. The kids got to show up at 2:30. We'll do our normal pregame meal and get on the field, do a little walkthrough, and then get ready for the 7:30 game. Now, that's going to be a little different. We're going to play at 7:30, but, we usually play back at 7:30 back in the day, so I think the kids are excited and ready to play under the lights. Make it a doubleheader Friday, folks. East Carolina at 3:30, J.H. Rose at 7:30. A big day of football here in Greenville. Will, hopefully eating a lot of food is on your plans for Thursday, but how about football-wise? Are you doing anything with the team on Thursday? Yes, we're going to go at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do our walkthrough at 8 in the morning. We normally do it at 7, but since we're out of school, we'll do it at 8 to about 8:50. Sure up some stuff, and then they have their their normal Thursday morning meal that we get from McDonald's that is provided by some of our parents and stuff. So they'll get that, and then we'll release them to their parents and tell them make sure they don't eat too much because we got a game on Friday.
Good deal, Will. But speaking of Thanksgiving, what's your go-to side dish on the Thanksgiving table? What do you have to have on Thursday, Will?
I gotta have some ham and some yams.
Ham and yam.
Now I'm not a big fan of greens. I don't do a lot of green stuff, but if I can get some ham and some meat, some yams, I'm all right.
Ham and yams is all Will's looking for on Thursday. Good stuff, Will. Let's talk about the Scotland team as they come in here. What do you know about that crew, Will?
They're gonna be pretty good because that name, Scotland County. Everybody in the state knows about Scotland County. They got a real good running back that's rushed for close to 1,600 yards. So again, name of the game for us is to stop the run. They got a sophomore quarterback that can throw it a little bit, but he's not known for throwing it. So he relies on his running back, and then a little bit of play action to get the ball around. So we can, on defense, shore that up, stop that, force them to play our game, which we want them out and spread. Then I think we'll have a good shot on the defense side of the ball. And then on offense, we just got to continue to do what we've been doing with the passing game, and then hopefully the run game opened up a little bit this week so we can get Michael and Clavon some big runs in there. If we can do that, then we'll be pretty set and hopefully moving on to the 5th round.
Will Bland joining us. Will, you guys have been winning, and in conjunction with that, the Pirates have been winning. So let me get another ECU question into you, the former ECU wide receiver joining us today on the show. How about the win over Navy? Sets up a huge game coming up on Friday. You'll be getting ready for Scotland while the Pirates are taking on Cincinnati.
Oh, and then it was a great win. The kicker did a great job. It's all about hope. And I told our team that when you give a team hope, then a lot can come from it. So if we can come to this Cincinnati game, we can play all cylinders and we can get some mistakes and have a little hope, then we'll be able to get an upset. But it all depends on which Pirates come out there. I mean, you got to have the Pirates that have been playing the last couple of weeks come out there, not the ones that was playing earlier, but the ones that have been playing the last couple of weeks. And if they come out there and stay the course and listen to the coaches, then we can get a big old upset.
Little hope goes a long way. We'll wrap it up like we always do with you. Give us a key or two for a rampant victory on Friday against Scotland.
Well, I'm going to say that the big key is we got to have Pitt County come out here and support these kids. We can get a big crowd out here because, they're going to bring a big crowd. We're going to need to have a big crowd out here, too. That would be a big key for us. And then these kids come out and believe in it. They come out here and believe in themselves and believe what the coach has taught them the last couple of days, then we'll get a big victory.
There you go. Show up and be loud. The Rampants taking on Scotland coming up Friday night, 7:30. Will Bland, our guest. Will, I'm going to leave this spot open next Wednesday, 3 o'clock for you. So hopefully we're talking to you again.
Sounds good. I look forward to it.
All right, man. There is Will Bland, former Pirate, now the head football coach at J.H. Rose. Got his team in the playoffs earlier this calendar year with the kind of abbreviated COVID season. And now in the fall has got his team making a long playoff run. And congratulations to those players and coaches over there and even you Rose folks who, I get along with them all right. Not my first choice of high schools, but
definitely not mine.
But
I mean,
I always say this. I hate Rose, but I like Will. I like RV.
It's kind of weird that a Viking is helping with the luck.
I like Marvin Jarman.
These guys are playing well.
I told Chandler.
That's like Farmville Central saying good luck to Green Central.
Right. It's
difficult.
It's tough to do. I told Chandler that what if we didn't call Will today at 3 just to mess with the mojo?
That would be wrong.
It would be wrong, but as a Viking, it would be so right. But I couldn't do that. Can't do that, especially on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, that would invite karma that you just don't want.
Exactly, and I don't want that karma coming back on me.
That would be no deviled eggs for you.
My karma's doing great right now somehow. I don't know if you noticed the Braves are World Series champions.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Washington.
You don't have to do that.
There's this guy named Superman, and somehow Washington was able to beat him on Sunday.
You don't have to do that.
Michigan State won today.
Yeah, I mean, unrelated. I did have them in their game against Loyola Chicago. You got the Pirates playing well. Pirate Hoops 4-2. Hurricanes are the best team in the NHL.
That's crazy.
A lot of winning going on.
Doesn't it feel great?
Yeah, I'm really not used to it, but I'm getting used to it. And tonight,
Hornets going for 2 in a row.
Charlotte Hornets playing the Magic, right? So they got to be favorites tonight.
Yep, they'll be back home on Friday against Minnesota, and I think they're back on the road for a couple of games starting Saturday.
All right, so a lot of winning going on. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We will visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. What a call. Do we still have his call, Shirley?
I believe so.
The old school Jeff Charles. It sounded like it was from the 90s. His call of Owen Daffer's field goal.
Hang on a second. Let me
ball game.
And
let's hear it if we can. Pirates IMG Learfield Network. Jeff Charles, Kevin Monroe.
Young is in the hole. He'll spot it at the 44. It's a 54-yard attempt. Far hash mark. Good spot. Ball is down. The kick is up. The kick is up. And the kick is good. He did it. He did it. Owen Daffer kicked a 54-yard field goal. You can paint this one purple. My goodness.
My goodness.
All you can ask is that he hit it good, and boy, did he hit it good.
My favorite part is the my goodness.
It's almost identical to the Peach Bowl call. If you've heard his Peach Bowl call, you know, you can paint these peaches purple. My goodness.
They're gonna go for the tie.
They wouldn't go for the tie here, would they?
They wouldn't fake it here, would they, Jeff? All right, great stuff there. Love to hear the voice. Love to hear violence.
Sustained effort and violence.
Violence.
So
sorry.
Hey, no problem.
I wasn't ready.
I can wait for some good violence.
Violence.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. Get his thoughts on the win over Navy and looking ahead. We're on to Cincinnati. The voice joins us when we return after this. Chico's Mexican restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Why do I run? Is it because I'm driven? Because I love the challenge? God, no. I do it for the beer. If you're the kind of runner who does it for the beer, this summer you can get one on us with the Michelob Ultra Beer Run. Grab your run buddies and get out there, because this summer there's beer at the finish line. Sign up at ultrabeerrun.com and trade your miles for beer.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? E&S Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. E&S offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. E&S Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Hey Pirates, this is Holt Nailers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
Blue 42! Blue 42!
Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout, not even in our vocabulary.
Pirate fans, call Carlton Venters or Brandon Manning at 756-3007.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
The ultimate Bon Jovi tribute band, Slippery When Wet.
It's my life, it's now or never.
Live, one night only, at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston. Saturday, January 15th. Advance tickets just $25. But for one day only, Friday, November 26th, a Black Friday flash ticket sale for only $20. Get your tickets at innovativeticketing.com. Slippery When Wet, the Bon Jovi cover band. Saturday, January 15th, at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston. $20 advance tickets Black Friday at innovativeticketing.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia tonight with our very own Clip Brock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, I got 30 questions for you people. Do you have the answers? We'll find out tonight. AJ McMurphy's 8 o'clock sports trivia, and man, I don't know if there's enough TVs in the place for all the college basketball, college football. Do we have college football? Do we have action tonight? I know Wager will tell us when he joins us in a moment. Hornets tonight, NHL, and no action on this Wednesday. Well, that's sad.
Well, that breaks the streak because it's been.
Yeah, it's been.
There's been a few. It's been a. I didn't know if you wanted to do it again, but there's been a streak of about 3 weeks where there's been football on at AJ's for trivia.
We'll have to settle for Maui and Atlantis and all the tournaments tonight, so I can deal with that.
Yeah, there's plenty more to go around, even with no football on the night. So
and also Hornets Magic, NHL, it'll all be there for you at AJ's. Heard the ad for Slippery When Wet?
Yes.
That'll be a fun time. And it reminded me.
I would love to go if I didn't have plans on that evening.
Well, change your plans.
Unfortunately, I can't.
Here, I'll call him. Who is it? It reminded me of Sunday when I was driving in the Triangle, and I found, I texted you, Chandler, and found where the Panthers game can be played on the radio, so I could listen to it.
Yep.
And during the game, they kept doing ads. It turns out they don't just have crappy football at Bank of America Stadium. They have great concerts, too. Elton John is going to Bank of America Stadium.
What?
Billy Joel is going to Bank of America Stadium.
That's some big names for.
I know. My wife and I were like, man, those would be really fun. Like, Charlotte's the place to be, apparently. So some big concerts.
Elton John, I believe that's his farewell tour because
that's
I think
what they said on the ad.
Yeah, because I don't think he's touring after this one.
So this is it, folks.
That's it.
That's crazy.
So some big concerts coming up. I guess with like the time lost due to COVID, we're gonna have some mega concerts coming up here soon. I would imagine.
Well,
when the weather gets back warm again.
I know there's a lot of artists that are starting to go back out on the road. So 2022 may be a very busy year for a lot of musicians. So I'm going to try to go to as many concerts as I can next year.
I have an announcement to make.
Uh-oh.
I, Chandler Honeycutt, will not be at trivia tonight.
And why?
Why?
I'm going home to see my family.
Oh, that's right. You're going home.
I'm going home to see the fam. And I've become a regular at AJ's on Wednesday nights, and I go there, too, on weekends because they have great bands over the weekends at AJ's. But it's going to be weird not being there tonight.
We'll get on without you. It'll be fine.
Okay.
He'll have his face full of deviled eggs. He won't even care.
Chandler, I'll miss you. And I think what you should do is just go to trivia, then go to your parents in the morning. But that's what I think. And it doesn't matter what I think. You've made your decision.
We're having lunch tomorrow, and then I'm making the trip back to Greenville tomorrow afternoon. That way I can go to bed and be here on time Friday at 11:30.
To be determined.
We'll see how you do come 11:30 on Friday.
I did good last week. That it was 11:30 kickoff on the pregame show. So
You got here. I'll give you credit for that. All right, let's go out to. Speaking of music, I heard Jeff make a. They were talking about Navy running the ball, and Marty Fuhrer said they got Born to Run playing down here, and that's exactly what the midshipmen do: run the football. And Jeff said something like, "Never a bad time to hear the boss." So they were doing.
I am impressed that he knew what that song was.
They were doing musical references on the broadcast. Speaking of music, let's talk football and more now with the voice, Jeff Charles. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line on this Thanksgiving Eve. Jeff, how you doing?
Clip, I'm doing great. I'll tell you what, this is the most I've seen for a Pirate football game, I think, in a long time. I think come 3:30 on Friday afternoon, isn't it?
It's huge, Jeff. Everybody's fired up for it, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd there. A shame, obviously, some of the students will be away, but it does sound like a lot of people plan to be at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium coming up on Friday, and that's because the Cincinnati Bearcats roll into town, and if the season ended today, they would be in the college football playoff, and more than that, it's because these Pirates are giving fans something to cheer about. And Jeff, we've had a lot of when is the last time, and that's the first time since in this ECU football season. And I got to say, hearing your call, Jeff, on that field goal by Owen Daffer harkened me back to some great Pirate days of old. And that was an old school Jeff Charles call. So wanted to commend you on that. That was awesome, Jeff, that Owen Daffer kick call that you had on Saturday.
Well, if you can't get excited about that one, Clip, you can't get excited about much of anything because, yeah, you're right. We go back in the archives a long way, and, of course, to the 1991 season and some of the other really good seasons the Pirates have had moments like that. It does seem like it's been a while, and it has been a while since we've had one quite like that, but it was a special moment, and I just feel so good for Owen Daffer, and I just feel so good for the players and then the coaches. I mean, these men have put a lot of hard work and effort in this thing, and it's just been really fun to sit back and watch the fruits of their labor, come to fruition now and see this football program back on track. And even win, lose, or draw coming up on Friday, it's still been an outstanding season. It's still been a year in which we'll look back and say 2021 was the year the Pirate ship got back to winning ways. And so, yeah, I kind of think they're playing with house money this week. Clip, not a whole lot of people, especially the national pundits, aren't giving them much of a chance here, but they're not in the locker room with these guys, and they're not with these coaches and with these players on a day-to-day basis, and I can assure you that there's a belief in that locker room that they can go out and win the game on Friday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just really good to see smiles on people's faces again, and it's going to be a great afternoon on Friday.
That it is, Jeff, and man, the defense has bailed out the offense a few times in 2021, and Blake Harrell's guys have had a great year. They, like all Pirate defenses in the past, had issues stopping that Navy option on Saturday. So it was great to see the offense for East Carolina really step up, take control, and make plays when they had to. And Holton Ahlers is playing his best football as an East Carolina quarterback, had some huge connections to Tyler Snead. On fourth down, on the big bomb at the end of the game, that 2-point conversion to C.J. Johnson. It's like every time they needed a play, Jeff, they got it down the stretch. They've done that quite a few times this year. This team doesn't flinch on fourth downs in the fourth quarter. So kudos to that offense, Jeff, which we've talked about these last few weeks. They have really come on here late in the year and played well.
Yeah, they really have, Cliff, but they don't panic. And I think it's because there's a lot of experience out there on the field now. This will be Holton's 37th start coming up on Saturday. So he's been through the wars. There's not a whole lot that he has not seen, and he is playing as well as any quarterback in this conference for sure. I think it's just a great matchup on Friday between Holton and Desmond Ritter. They're both playing, their best football of their careers, and this is the quarterback matchup on Friday. So there's going to be a lot of interest in that. But, yeah, Snead, especially Snead and Holton Ahlers just seem to have a great connection. And then, of course, as we all know, Holton and C.J. Johnson have played together for years, going back to their high school days at Conley. Omatosho has come on now, and he's had a really good year, too, and he's another one of Holton's favorite targets. And the running game has been good. And I think hats off, too, Cliff, to Steve Shankweiler, the offensive line coach, and the offensive line. Those guys have been so banged up all year, and that's usually what happens to an offensive line during the course of a season. You get guys banged up, and they've had to move guys around. They've had to probably use some players up front that they didn't expect to have to use. And, we forget, but the two right tackles have been gone. Bailey Malovic from day one, and then Vanderlyn, who was playing well, he's been gone for a number of weeks now. So there's two guys, two right tackles that, they were really counting on that they haven't even had a chance to play here of late. So, they've had to mix and match, and they've had to do a lot of different things up front, and I think the offensive line has continued to get better, and when you look at those guys, you see what they've been able to do for Keaton Mitchell and for Raji Harris. They both have really good years this year, and, of course, Keaton went over 1,000 yards last week, and Raji is just that banger. You just kind of know what you're going to get with him. So when you're winning games, Cliff, a lot of guys deserve credit on the offensive side of the ball, as you mentioned. And, yes, it's fun to see the offense become productive. It's fun to see Donnie Kirkpatrick, who has been maligned by some Pirate fans over the years. It's fun to see him now put his stamp on this offense. And, when you look at the stats in this conference, offensively, the Pirates are really good in this conference. So, it's just good to see that everything started to come together for these guys.
Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, who'll be on the call Friday 3:30 as East Carolina takes on Cincinnati. And Jeff, right now, man, I can't imagine if East Carolina was in that spot. The nerves, the talk, everything going on with it. That's what Cincinnati's going through right now. Luke Fickell and Desmond Ritter say they don't watch the playoff shows and the polls and listen to it and all that, but they're going through it right now, and that's a lot of pressure on them. Not only do they have to win this week, they got to beat Houston next week, and then maybe still get more help. We'll see if they want to get to a college football playoff. But as you said, Jeff, house money on the Pirates side, ton of pressure on the Cincinnati side, and we'll see how they handle that on Friday.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Cliff. That's why a good start for the Pirates, I think, is a big key in this game coming up on Friday. If you're East Carolina, you want to hang around in the game, and, we talk about this oftentimes in basketball when there are upsets. The team that's the underdog, if they can hang around, there's a lot of pressure, on the other team, and that's what I think we're going to have on Friday with Cincinnati. If, let's say, we go into halftime and it's 14-14, come out in the third quarter, and the Pirates are right there with them going into that fourth quarter, there will be a lot of pressure on Cincinnati. And let's face it, they've had some near misses. They just got by Tulsa, and Navy gave them a good game too. So, they're not invincible. The Pirates are capable of winning this game. And so, again, I think the Pirates will have a great game plan for Cincinnati. I know that Coach Houston and his coaches have been burning the midnight oil all week, and they'll come up with a good game plan. Now it's up to the players to go out there and execute, and these kids are playing with a lot of confidence. So oftentimes, Cliff, you hear a team that's an underdog, they've got a puncher's chance. Well, that's what I look at East Carolina on Friday. I think East Carolina's got a puncher's chance to win this game on Friday.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff, a big homestand coming up for ECU basketball, 4 straight home games before they head to Charlotte to take on the Liberty Flames. It'll start Saturday, 1 o'clock against Coppin State, and looking forward to the rematch versus Old Dominion. That one got chippy down there in Myrtle Beach last week, and we'll see the two teams get together again next Tuesday, so I'm excited for that one. Tim Kraft's Gardner Webb Bulldogs coming to town as well, and North Carolina A&T. So, Jeff, Not that you're not, ever busy, but you're going to be double busy coming up soon with everything going on. Are you going to be on the call Saturday after Friday's football game?
Well, of course, we will be there, and it'll be nonstop basketball, of course, from here on out until the Pirates go to a bowl game. And I think we'll see a bowl game as far as the selection maybe in the next few days, Cliff. I don't think, and I asked John Gilbert this point blank the other day on the air. I said, "Are you going to have to wait until after the championship game next Saturday in the AAC?" And he said, "Not necessarily." So we can hear something, I think, in a matter of days as far as where East Carolina is going to play in a bowl game. So that will make December exciting. There'll be, of course, a lot of football talk in the month of December, which we have not had around here, as you know, Cliff, for a long time. So, yes, it's going to be busy, but that's the way we like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Pirates play in person again on Saturday, and I'm glad you mentioned it. If folks don't know, the original schedule said 4 o'clock for the Coppin State game, but that game's been moved up now to 1, so please make that adjustment. 1 o'clock on Saturday for the tip-off with Coppin State. Juan Dixon is the head coach at Coppin State.
Oh, yeah.
Brought his team in here before, and Juan Dixon was a great college player, and he played 7 years in the NBA, and he's done a nice job there, so they'll be coming into town. Their athletic director at Coppin, by the way, Cliff, is a guy by the name of Derek Carter. And when I was at Virginia Tech, Derek Carter was a football player at Virginia Tech. In fact, he was one of their all-time outstanding defensive backs, and he usually comes with the basketball team. So I look forward to seeing Derek on Saturday as well.
For putting together a team, Jeff, of opposing coaches for East Carolina this year, we already got Justin Gray. We'll add Juan Dixon. We'll put Penny Hardaway out there. We could field a pretty darn good basketball team with these guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, they all look pretty good, too. All go out there and still play, Cliff, but you're exactly right. So, yeah, there have been a lot of guys who have been college players, have gone on now to college coaching. I think probably more so now than what we've seen in past years. I mean, you look at the Jawan Howards at Michigan and look at the job that he has done up there, and
I just saw Jerry Stackhouse and Jeff Capel are facing off tonight, Jeff. A couple of 90s ACC guys.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all over the place. I think a lot of these guys have their hearts in the right place. I know Penny Hardaway does. I mean, he really wants to help these kids, and I think they feel a little bit of a responsibility to give back, especially if they're at their alma mater, but if they're not, to give back to young guys who are just starting their college basketball career. So that says a lot for those guys.
Jeff, real quick on the bowl thing, I heard your interview with the representative from the Military Bowl on the broadcast on Saturday, and boy, if you want to feel good about your team, just talk to one of those guys. He was raving about the Pirates being back and how excited he was, and the fan base, and he's going to say that about every school, but I think he genuinely means that he means it when he talks about East Carolina. Do you think Military Bowl is the front runner? Do you have any inkling on where the Pirates might be going bowling?
I don't know. I really don't know, Clip. I'm not really privy to those conversations, so I'm not really sure. I think the Military Bowl would be good. I think a lot of Pirate fans would love to go to Myrtle Beach. I think you probably won't play maybe as high a profile team if you go to Myrtle Beach, and of course the Military Bowl has an ACC tie, which East Carolina fans would enjoy, but it's going to be cold. I mean, let's face it, it's going to be cold in Annapolis. It's going to be cold in Boston if it's at Fenway Park, and I know in looking at this over the years, there's a lot of horse trading that goes on with these bowls, and it sometimes comes down to the 11th hour, and teams will get together with bowls, and there will be a lot of discussion about how we can make this work and make it work for the bowl and make it work for the fan bases. So, I think all of that stuff is on the table right now, Clip. I think there are a lot of possibilities out there. One of them is the Military Bowl is waiting to see if Virginia Tech can beat Virginia on a Saturday, and perhaps it could be a Pirate Hokie matchup at the Military Bowl. I mean, that's been out there for a few days. I don't know if there's a whole lot of validity to that, but if that would be the case, Virginia Tech would have to win Saturday because they only have 5 games on the win column. So, it's a lot of stuff going on. I know the Dowdies, the supporters of ECU would love to have sometime the Pirates in Orlando at the Cura Bowl because they are very involved in the Cura Bowl. The Gasparilla Bowl could be another possibility. I think there's just a lot of stuff out there right now.
Jeff, great to talk with you. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Been asking everybody, so we'll ask the voice. What's your go-to side dish, Jeff, at the Thanksgiving table? What do you have to have on Thursday?
Well, I don't eat very much stuffing, but I do like it on the Thanksgiving, like once a year. It tastes pretty good, and I always like to have a little bit of pumpkin pie, too, Clip.
All right, there's the voices go-tos on a Thanksgiving Thursday. Jeff, appreciate you joining us. We will check in with you coming up on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and hope we can get you in studio Saturday and talk some football with you, Jeff.
Yeah, we'll be there, 11:30, Clip?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay.
We will see you then. Thank you, Jeff.
Saturday. All right, thank you, Clip.
And, of course, I mean Friday, and you'll hear me say Saturday in the next interview that I recorded with Jeff Nadu as well. But we will be here Friday, 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and Jeff knows what day the game is, so he'll be here with us as well. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. What does the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, think about the East Carolina-Cincinnati line? We'll talk about that, some other college football, and some college hoops. When we return, more to go. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 lease at $489 a month, 10,000 miles a year for 36 months for qualified buyers. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Grifols Center. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
This year, US Cellular's making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
It is a first down. Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, couple of scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Have you seen what Houston is doing to Oregon today? Taking out some frustration after losing to Wisconsin yesterday. Houston is up 46-19 against Oregon. So they are taking it to the Ducks in the Maui Invitational right now in the battle for Atlantis, Connecticut. Boy, UConn looks good with Danny Hurley. They lead Auburn 52-39. That one, 16 minutes left to go in the second half. So a couple of scores. You got games going on all day long. I didn't watch Gonzaga UCLA last night, but the Zags took it to the Bruins, I believe. So we'll keep you up to date on what's going on right here on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck.
Dubuck.
All right. Let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line. We're doubling down on gambling talk today because Jeff Nadu couldn't join us on Tuesday, but he joins us today to talk Pirates, Bearcats, and more. Big man, how you doing?
Same to you, Clip, and I wish all the people at Pirate Radio, you, and all the listeners, I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving.
We appreciate that. Jeff, good call last week. It was tough to ride with you. And, in fact, I didn't ride with you. I bought it down to 3, had ECU -3 against Navy. I got the push. You saw the scenario where it was just a tough spot for East Carolina, and Navy ended up getting the win ATS, but the Pirates come out of there with a victory and sets up a big game against Cincinnati coming up on Friday. So, Jeff, when you see that 14 number, Cincinnati by 14, what do you think about the game coming up Friday here in Greenville?
Well, it's tough. I will say I was so happy with the young kicker for East Carolina that just nailed that kick. I mean, that's not an easy kick to make with all the pressure on you in that stadium. I didn't want to see it go to overtime because that's where dogs go to die generally. But yeah, great win, and it worked out. But as far as this game's concerned, I think I can make a case for both sides. I'm not going to really, though, make a strong case for Cincinnati, though. I think Cincinnati is a team that has a lot of pressure as well, and I think this line is really kind of disrespectful. I mean, ECU has played super well. They've won 4 or 5 games in a row. They're bowl eligible. They're trying to get to, 7 wins, 8 wins?
8 wins, Jeff. Looking for an 8-4 season.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a huge game. It's a home game. You have an undefeated team coming in, and your job is to ruin the party. And look, I don't know. I don't think they'll win, but hey, stranger things have happened. This has been a Cincinnati group that has had a lot of trouble with beating subpar opponents. They have had issues. South Florida was a tough game. Tulsa was a tough game. Navy was a tough game. I know they did what they wanted against SMU last week, but ECU's got a better defense. They can keep the ball on the ground and keep it away from Desmond Ridder and that offense. I've said before, I'm not in love with Cincinnati's offense. They have no vertical threat that I worry about. When your best receiver is your tight end, I think there's a way to beat you. I would gladly take 14. I would try to get 14 and a half here. I don't want to lose on a 14, but I think this is like a 38-28 type of game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's loyalty at this point, but I'm riding with the Pirates here plus the points. Coming up on Friday. Jeff, you got so many rivalry games coming up this weekend. The big one in the big house, Ohio State, Michigan, Egg Bowl, Bedlam, Civil War, all that. What are you looking at for this college football slate that you're interested in this weekend?
Well, I actually was curious, Clip. I wanted to ask you about this real quick.
Okay.
This is surely the biggest game in like 10 years at ECU, right?
We had... it's probably the biggest since Pat White and West Virginia came in here. East Carolina started the 2008 season with a win over Virginia Tech. Next week, hosted top 10 West Virginia, beat them. It got the Pirates all the way up to number 13 in the polls. That's 2008, Jeff, so we're going back a long ways there.
Yeah, it's interesting, Clip. I remember one of the first shows I ever did with you. I think I called that NCA&T would beat East Carolina in an August game in like 2017, and now I'm here with you on one of the biggest games they've ever had. So
yeah.
It's interesting, and I'm happy for that fan base that I've been able to kind of watch it. I've always had kind of a soft spot for this team since, and this school in general since I started working with you guys. As far as the rest of the card. Really make sure you're looking into situations and what teams have ahead of them this week. One of the games that I kind of wanted to get involved with was where was it? Oh, Utah State. Okay, I like this team a lot. I've kind of lived and died with them the last 2 weeks. I had them last week. They got crushed by Wyoming, but the week before they came through for me. And this is a New Mexico team, Clip, that like the Duke Blue Devils, it seems like this group has completely quit. They have been absolutely horrific recently, have had no success. They've gotten blown out in seemingly every game, even lost to a pretty bad UNLV team by 14. Just dreadful. I think Utah State's going to be pissed off after last week. Utah State's still a team that is very much alive in the conference win type of thing, the Mountain Division. I think they're all tied, Air Force, Utah State, and Boise. So a big game here. I think they take it to a bad New Mexico team. They have a really good offense and should be pissed off after last week. I also will say, I think Michigan, Ohio State, I'd be hard-pressed to think that Michigan can hang in this game. But I will make this case. When you look at what Ohio State's been able to do recently, I have a lot of, it's terrific. They can move the ball. They're very good offensively. But Michigan's a whole different animal, okay? And I'll tell you something about Michigan that we haven't seen in years past. Under Don Brown, they were very blitz-heavy. They would leave corners and safeties on islands. Not this year. I think they have what it takes to hang in this football game. They can run the ball as long as Cade McNamara does not make mistakes. This could be the year Michigan could take a shot and win this. It's been a special year for Harbaugh and crew. It would be really a cherry on top to beat their bitter rival at home. What a beautiful game this is going to be. I think Michigan has a shot.
All right. Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu here. Jeff, this is interesting. Just saw this. There is a line, and I see it posted places, but I never see it like available where I'm looking at numbers. But there is a line for December 4th, 4:07 p.m., Georgia, Alabama in the SEC Championship. Look ahead line, and it has Georgia as a 4-point favorite, total at 52. Any early thoughts? We'll dive into it more next week, Jeff, but any thoughts on that number?
Well, I've said before, I think this is the greatest, one of the greatest defenses I've ever seen at this level. I think if I'm Charleston Southern last week, I put a lot of stock in the fact that we scored 7 points against that team.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. That level of talent. But, yeah, I guess the question I'd have for Georgia is, they have not seen an offense anywhere close to this all season. And that's one thing I will say about this defense. They have played a joke of a schedule. The toughest team they played offensively is probably, Tennessee or Arkansas.
I will say that, and those Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, they have got into the 40s on other teams this year. So against mortal defenses, they can put up points. I agree. They're not Ohio State or anything like that, but Georgia is head and shoulders, that defense, the best since, like, I don't know, Bama a few years ago or whatever. I mean, it's been incredible.
And remember, Alabama is significantly better offensively than Georgia, I think.
Yeah.
I think, to me, it's a neutral site game. This is telling me that, at Georgia Stadium, they would be a small favorite. I think there's probably a little value at +4 in Alabama. I think it's a close game. I'll gladly take above a field goal. While I think Georgia's defense is really good, and look, they did good against those offenses. You're right, but I think Alabama's a totally different animal. Alabama with Bryce Young and Brian Robinson and John Mechie and all these, they're really dynamic. And with some time to prepare for Nick Saban, I'll take 4.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, let's dive into some college basketball. Great time of the year, feast week. You got the Maui going on. You've got my favorite tournament with that weird lighting, Battle for Atlantis. Great finish earlier today. Michigan State beating Loyola Chicago. So what are you looking at today, hoops-wise, big man?
Well, look, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to wet your whistle with. You mentioned the tournaments. I'm not a huge fan of those. I think, they're exciting and whatever, but I think when it comes to value, I kind of look elsewhere. There's a couple that jumped out. I think Baylor is significantly better than Arizona State. I know this is one of those tournaments. I believe this game is in Florida. I was surprised to see this game at 12 and a half. Arizona State is not good offensively. Defensively, I think they're going to have major issues here against, to me, one of the best offensive teams in the country in Baylor. They're long, they're athletic, they're just as good as they were last year. It may be a little bit of a downtrodden group since some of their guys left, Davion Mitchell, but look, they're still very good. Arizona State's without Marcus Begley. They've been real banged up. I don't know if they have the guns to really run with Baylor here. I don't really mind laying this type of number. I also saw a game with Ohio State and Florida. I think this is a pretty good spot to back Florida. I'll keep saying the clip. I think Florida's going to be really good this year. I think they're right up there with Kentucky and Alabama in the SEC. They're really long and lengthy. They're really experienced, one of the top 20 offensive, as far as experienced teams in the country. They have a ton of length, a lot of athletic kids, really went out and hit the transfer market hard, and they did it well. Colin Castleton is an elite big. I think he can handle the big Liddell for Ohio State. I just think Ohio State will struggle here at the guard positions. Florida's had an ability to really kind of bother these, not lower level, but lower tier guards. I don't love Ohio State's guard play. I think Florida's a better team. I laid 1.5 with the Gators here against Ohio State.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, a little shorter on time today. Anything else you want to get into? We'll reconvene on Saturday during the Bud Light pregame tailgate, but anything else you're looking at today?
No, really just looking to, get through this period. This is a real volatile time in betting, particularly in college basketball. So just trying to keep my head above water, enjoy the holiday, and, obviously have this fight to worry about as well. I had a camera following me around yesterday. That's why I wasn't on the show. I was shooting all these different things, and just a lot of going on right now.
Yeah, looking forward to that. We'll keep posted on Jeff Nadu's social media, on Twitter at Jeff Nadu. You can get all his picks, his premium picks on patreon.com/BMOC, and check out the Sit Down podcast if you're into Mafia history. And Jeff, like I said, we'll talk to you on Saturday. What's the big man's go-to side dish on the Thanksgiving spread? What are you looking forward to tomorrow, Jeff?
Clip, I'll kind of say something that, maybe it's a lame thing to say, but I enjoy the entire plate, to be honest. It's one of those meals you have once a year. I don't go around eating turkey and stuffing and all that kind of stuff every night, especially now with how I eat. But, I really look at Thanksgiving as an enjoyable holiday. I like Thanksgiving because there's no gifts or anything like that. I just like the entire thing, the gravy, the turkey, the different things on the sides. And I know I generally don't like to pick and choose because I know everyone has different things at Thanksgiving, but we're pretty traditional as far as, at least for Thanksgiving, we have a very traditional meal. So I'll just kind of say I enjoy it all. I'm a big pumpkin guy. I enjoy pumpkin pie. I think that's a tasty treat at the end. So, all right. Yeah, I enjoy the holidays. As you get older, Clip, I think you really appreciate holidays because
definitely.
I'm 32 now. I know you're a bit older than me, but a little older, not much. But you really appreciate seeing your family. We all have our own lives, and I know eventually there'll be a time where I won't be able to do this. So I think you have to try to kind of appreciate all that, and it's a good holiday for them.
Yeah, well said, Jeff. Jeff, appreciate it as always. Thankful for you and your picks, and we'll reconvene on Saturday, man.
Look forward to it. Happy Thanksgiving, Cliff. Appreciate it.
And make that Friday. We'll talk to Jeff on Friday at 12:30. 11:30 a.m. is our kickoff time on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. 3:30 kickoff at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium between the Pirates and the Bearcats. Where does Wager McGhee lean for that game coming up on Friday? We'll talk about that and all the rivalry action going on this weekend in college football. Maybe see if he's got anything in college hoops. We'll talk about it all. NFL, all that when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We'll get you ready for your Thanksgiving sports weekend after this.
If you live in Eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an Army.
You can't imitate every animal in under 2 minutes. Or karate chop 100 boards. Or ride a horse coast to coast. Yeah! Next stop, Rhode Island. But with Domino's new Carside Delivery 2-minute guarantee, you can have a pizza headed to your car in under 2 minutes. Just order Domino's Carside Delivery and check in when you arrive. If we take longer than 2 minutes after your order is ready, your next pizza is free. Woo! Forget Rhode Island. I'm going to Domino's. Offer available to online carryout customers who select Domino's Carside Delivery. For full details and restrictions, visit Domino'sTwoMinuteGuarantee.com.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Football is back at Familia. Enjoy Familia's Sunday brunch featuring shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and more. Feed the family with Familia's pizza special of buy one, get the second one half off every Sunday. Whiskey drinkers, be sure to make your reservation now for Familia's whiskey tasting this month. That includes 5 whiskey samples and 5 small plates for $50. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Holiday time is precious. Save time and fly local at flypgv.com. Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book now at flypgv.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you and serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday, and still a lot to get to. Troy D will be alongside at 5 o'clock, and we'll talk to Bryce Williams coming up at 5:30. Get his thoughts on ECU Cincinnati. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors and more. Bryce will join us on the phone today on the show. We'll also make you a winner. Our last booty bag giveaway of the week coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Wager McGhee joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios for hour number 2. Wager, good to see you again. How you doing?
Clip, good seeing you.
Sorry, say that again.
Clip, good seeing you.
Thank you. First of all, you owe me and everyone an apology.
Football team?
No, for texting me during the Maction last week.
But we ended up winning that
We talked about that during the show last week. And you said something to the effect of just giving out winners again. Your listeners should be thankful. And then Buffalo scored 14 straight points like that.
Yeah.
Like, why do you do that?
I don't, just to make it a little more of a, not having a sweat.
Is it too easy for you?
Yeah, it's too easy. You got to have a sweat that comes down to everything. I mean, a game that just is a winner from the very beginning, like a rocking chair winner, whatever they call it. I mean,
that was not one of those. It went to overtime.
What's the fun with that? I know, and then they fumbled the ball into the end zone on third down or something. It would have gone to the 2-point conversions, and I think we would have been in bad shape there.
We did get.
I haven't texted you since, except for like Monday when I was like, "Hey, I'm not out of town. Do you need me?"
And I said, "Of course I do.
That's
I always need you."
Yes, thank you. Somebody does, and then I'll never text you about a game ever again.
Yeah, right. You said that last week.
You
said it last week, and then a few hours later,
tomorrow,
you're texting in the middle of a game.
At the
you can't help yourself.
At the Thanksgiving dinner table, when you go around, because I know your family probably does that, and you have to say one thing you're thankful for. You can be like, "I'm thankful that Wager doesn't text me during the games anymore." Right. Thankful.
All right, but we got the win. You are Mr. Mac. Congratulations. I was very sad to see there's no Mac games tonight.
R.I.P. Yeah, Maction. I think the title game used to be on Friday nights. It was kind of a standalone Friday night, which would be next Friday. I don't know if it'll be Thursday or Friday or not, but still a little bit of there's 1 or 2 games on Saturday.
Yeah, there's still got to be more to play because they only played 2 last night, right?
Yeah, Northern lost last night. I didn't check the standings. I don't know if Northern is in or if they.
Here we go. We got Friday night action. Ohio, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan coming up Friday night.
I always lean Eastern. I saw they were getting 8.5 or something like that, and the Chips, both of them have been scoring machines. So I would lean, unless the weather is bad, I'd look at the over in Eastern plus 8.5.
All right, good call on Navy last week. You had the 4, the 3.5, whatever it was.
3.5, and we got lucky. We said we hoped ECU won.
You said
Pirate Radio. We hoped
that into existence.
But I'm catching those points. So I think Jeff Nadu was just saying the same thing. Very happy that the kid made the long field goal and didn't go to overtime because I know in that point's when things happen bad. So especially if you're 3.5.
I didn't want to go to overtime because I had. Who did Air Force play last Friday night? Nevada, maybe?
Yeah, I think they did play.
And I had Nevada, and they had a nice comeback. I was fired up. They went to overtime, and then they got touchdown, touchdown, touchdown two, and went into that triple overtime.
Yep.
And the last thing I want to see is an option offense. They are built to get 2 yards, right?
Yeah.
So they of course won it in triple overtime. Air Force did. I didn't want to get Navy in that situation.
Think about that. More additional cut blocks to your knees. That's the last thing you want.
That's true.
It's senior day. I think Army's in the same spot with Liberty to jump ahead. I love Army plus 3.5 because Liberty just played Lafayette, run-based team, and got destroyed. Now they're at home, and they, Freeze is probably looking at other jobs, and Malik is talking about NFL, and here comes Army. It's going to run the ball 80 times on them and chop their knees all the time on senior day. That's a horrible senior day. I love Army in that game.
All right, the wager already throwing out one for you.
Throwing that one in.
Cincinnati minus 14, East Carolina. Cincinnati, all the pressure in the world on them. What do you think about this line for Friday?
I think our segment.
Yeah,
and I see other people was like, I just saw Troy. I think he's like, I said if they beat Memphis and whatever. I think we talked about it like a month ago, right? We're like, everything's going to set up where Cincinnati's going to come in. It's going to be a big tweener game for them. ECU's going to have nothing to lose, and I love ECU. The situation hasn't changed. I love the fact that after the big emotional ECU win at Memphis, that to get to a bowl game, right, which was the stated goal before that.
Almost felt like the finish line to me.
Yes.
And it was not.
A lot of things went against them last week. I saw some of the penalties and things like that. All those
kick return.
All those things. And they still fought through and got a win. That's it tells me a lot about the coach, a lot about the team. We'll talk about Oregon State because I think it's exactly the same situation. And they still fought and won that game. And since he's now number 4, right, they were always going to be in that spot no matter what. It doesn't matter. They were always going to be there. But they've got nothing. They just need to survive and advance. I love the 14. Absolutely. Because since they don't need to run it up. They just need to win and get to Houston and try to win Houston. But I love the points. I still think ECU's live. I think they can win it. I love the 14. That's 14.5 at some spots. I think it could go over that. I mean, the last 2 times that Cincinnati has come here, 19, 46, 43 Cincinnati, and they were a 24-point favorite.
Yeah.
And then in 17, it was 48-20 ECU, and Cincinnati was a 3.5-point favorite. So the games here, home team's 5-0 against the spread, the last 5 in this. You get the fake punt in the fourth quarter revenge game, all that stuff that is just now, ECU's got something to focus on. They can't get to a championship game. This is it, though. This is like, you call it like kind of a quasi, conference championship game. So I think not that they're not going to be ready to play, but I love it. Cincinnati got up for one game last week. Great. It was senior day last week. Now they're in a sandwich. Looking forward to Houston. I love the 14. I still think they're live. Can win straight up. And I like the over.
All right. I'm with you there. All right. There are 2 college football games on Thanksgiving. Of course, the Egg Bowl, which we've seen before, Mississippi State. Who's watching Fresno San Jose State? I mean, I guess if the Lions-Bears game really puts you to sleep, you can flip over and watch that. But do you like any of these college games on Thanksgiving?
I like Mississippi State. This one I think falls into the unranked home favorite
against the ranked team.
And this is 2 years ago. This was the urination. Dog urination, personal foul, missed extra point game. So it's the Egg Bowl. It's just
a long title for that game.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's the same thing. But no, I mean, there's so many rumors about Kiffin and Miami or wherever. Is he going? LSU, wherever. I wouldn't doubt that he's talking to some people, whereas people are talking to some people. Corral's already announced that he's done. Last week was his last game. Well, they're not in the championship game. Yeah, they could win and get 10 wins, but this game, it feels like it's a letdown for Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. I think Vegas sees that. That's why the unranked team here is the favorite. So I like the home team in this. Mississippi State, I think are they still minus 1.5?
Well, I see 2.5.
2.5. Here's a weird thing that we don't often say, especially with Ole Miss. I really kind of like the under 62 as well. The Ole Miss has played 6 straight unders. He's changed the way he plays. It's the big shoot it out, open, quick offense. that just gets you beat and gets your defense.
Well, I remember
tired.
early in the year, Brandon Walker, the Mississippi State guy from Barstool, so he talks about him a lot. But he says, I mean, you think Mike Leach, you think a million points, but at least earlier in the year, I haven't looked at them lately, but they're more of a defensive team than they are an offensive team. So, what kind of numbers have they been putting up offensively?
I looked at their last Mississippi State, their last 4 SEC games. None of them have been line total above 53. So you're adding 10 points here for what? For Ole Miss? For the perception that Lane is wide open offense, but it's not. They played 6 straight unders, and 7 of the last 8 have gone under, and 6 of 7 SEC games for Ole Miss have gone under. So they're really slowing the tempo down. So I do like the under there, but like State at home because a little bit more. Not that neither one. It's a rivalry game. It's a pick 'em, but Kiffin Corral could be a little bit distracted.
All right, let's move on to Friday. You've got North Carolina, NC State, and Raleigh. NC State still kind of playing for something. They need to win and have Wake Forest lose to BC. We think Wake Forest beats BC, though, right? And none of this matters, Clemson or State?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Wake's defense is Wake's defense. I would lean Wake side there.
But even if you don't think they cover, I don't even know what the line is.
5.5.
Oh, okay.
But that tells me a little bit there, too, right? That they've played 3 straight really, Wake Forest that is, 3 straight really tough games, just lost big to Clemson. But Boston College really hasn't. They played 2 good offenses that are anywhere in the top 100, right? Number 55, NC State, 54, Mizzou, and they scored 33 and 34 on them. And the best team that BC really arguably has played all year at home was NC State, or all year, and that was at home, and they lost 33-7 to NC State. So I think Wake wins.
How about State Carolina? Anything on that one?
I didn't put it in the write up. I guess I probably meant to check on Sam Howell's status there to see if he plays. Now, I like Carolina to play really hard and be close, and would probably take the points in a rivalry game. But I don't know if he hasn't played and hasn't practiced much.
Another rivalry game, Washington State, Washington. What do they call that one? Remind me.
Apple Cup.
Yeah, Apple Cup. Yeah. Anything on that Friday night?
I would lean Wazoo. Washington, the head coach, I think we kind of mentioned that one last week. The head coach fired, head coach Bounce.
Lake and fire, am I right?
Yeah, and they went to Colorado and were just flat. So I don't think they've got anything else for him. And weirdly, I think Wazoo is still alive if Oregon State beats Oregon. I don't know who wins that tiebreaker, but it'd be a 3-way tie between Oregon, Washington State, and Oregon State. And Washington State beat Oregon State, but Oregon State would beat Washington or Oregon. Yeah.
You could tell me any Pac-12 teams in the championship, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
Well, here's the thing. I mentioned earlier, I love Oregon State against Oregon. Oregon season's done, right? They just lost. They can't get in the playoffs. Yeah, they can get in the Rose Bowl, but they just got crushed for getting in the playoffs. And Oregon State is it's a very similar situation to ECU. Hadn't had a winning season since 2013. We're so close to the bowl season when we jumped on board the Beaver bandwagon about 3 years ago. We're so close. They won their 6th game 2 weeks ago, just like Memphis, or just like ECU when they beat Memphis 2 weeks ago. And then Oregon State, again, could have been flat. Their goal was to get to a bowl game. Turned around, absolutely destroyed Arizona State at home last week.
Oh, yeah.
Probably their best all-around game. And that's the Arizona State team, probably the 2nd best team in the league, right behind Utah. And then they're going to catch an Oregon team. If Oregon does win, then they're in a sandwich, right? They get to play Utah again next week and revenge there. I love Oregon State in this because, again, they had a 6-win. They played their best game after that. Now they got a chance to win, and I don't know how the 3-way tiebreaker will go, but I guess there's an outside chance that Oregon State's with a win here, would have a chance to get in the Pac-12 championship game against Utah. And they beat Utah. I think that's the only game that they've beaten Utah. So if it's based off of the other side, they've beaten Utah and they've beaten Arizona State. They just lost to Stanford, of all people, I think, and lost to Washington State. So I'm pulling for the Beavers.
All right, Shirley, take us to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the other rivalry games going on, the big one in the big house, and see what else Wager has in his notes. We also got to get to some NFL at some point during this hour as well. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. More with Wager McGhee when we return after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall, open every day noon until 2 a.m. with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
Emporium presents a Very Beer Christmas.
'Tis the season to be drinking. Fa la 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 la.
Give the gift of beer this holiday season. Emporium is offering a special 12 Beers of Christmas box. 12 Beers of Christmas is a specialty curated 12-pack of beers from different breweries. The 12 Beers of Christmas will have many styles and lots are limited release. One beer for each day up to Christmas. Stop by Emporium today on Dickinson Avenue and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Sawyer's Fun Park is the place to be this holiday season. You know the kids already love it, but now the adults can have fun too. Visit the brand new expanded patio at Sawyer's Fun Park. On Wednesdays, it's karaoke. Thursday is open mic night, and Friday and Saturday evenings always feature live music. Let the kids have a blast hanging out at Sawyer's Fun Park, and now you can have as much fun too. And remember, it's never too early to buy gift cards. Sawyer's Fun Park, fun for kids of all ages, including adults. Sawyer's Fun Park on Corey Road in Winterville.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza. Homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, Auburn trying to get back in it here. Battle for Atlantis. Auburn trailing by 7 to Connecticut. 69-62 with 6:39 left to go in that one. And my goodness, Kelvin Sampson in Houston up 74-42 on Oregon. 3:25 left to go. Houston getting some of that anger out for losing to Wisconsin yesterday. Wisconsin plays at 5 o'clock against St. Mary's. VCU, and is Buddy Boeheim still at Syracuse? I think he is. I think he's going to be there forever.
I think so.
Buddy and Syracuse taking on VCU at 5 o'clock on the Deuce. Later tonight, Xavier and Iowa State at 7 o'clock. Just a great night of college hoops. Florida, Ohio State at 8:30. Baylor, Arizona State at 7:30. So great night of college basketball. Those scores and schedule presented by the Buccaneer Music Hall Scoreboard. Presented by Da Buck, Chandler. Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Thank you. Wager McGhee is here on a Wednesday. Wager, let's go Michigan, Ohio State. Can Michigan keep it close on Saturday?
I mean, I think they can maybe for a little while. I kept looking at this, and the Michigan pass defense. Obviously, we kind of, I don't know, we predicted that bad, but talked about how the Sparty was 130th, worse against the pass in the country. So that we kind of saw that game was coming a little bit.
I took the over. And Ohio State did more than their part.
Yeah.
Michigan State did not participate. It was sad to see.
Yeah, that's why I wonder where we are with Michigan State's head coach with all the rumors on him as well. So not that he wasn't paying attention to that game last week, but anyway, I just go back to Harbaugh. I mean, I think I was on Michigan against Sparty, and then got reminded about Harbaugh versus top 10. He's 2-13 against top 10 teams. I know he's getting 8, so he could still lose and still cover this thing, but 2-13 against that. Michigan is 1-7 straight up the last 8 at home against Ohio State, and there's not even comparison on the offensive side. Defensive side, we're going to see. Everybody's already talking. We were talking about that a little bit. Ohio State against Georgia in the finals. Offense against defense. Well, this is a really good Michigan pass defense. So, and if it is Wisconsin next week, Michigan's 8 versus the pass. Wisconsin next week is 6 versus the pass. Georgia's 3 versus the pass. If Ohio State wins this, they're going to go through 3 of the top 8 pass defense teams in the country. I lean Ohio State on the opposite end is 98th versus the pass. So can Michigan keep it close? Yes, because their pass defense isn't great, but they're getting a lot better. I think some of those numbers from earlier in the season. I still lean Ohio State, -8, the way the offense is rolling. I think over 64 as well, just because of the recent games there that they've had. The last 2 games at Michigan were 56-27 and 31-20. Michigan hasn't, and Harbaugh haven't been successful in stopping Ohio State. So
anything in Bedlam? It looks like that number's going up on Oklahoma State side.
I like Oklahoma State in that one. I think again, the report that Lincoln may already be agreeing to an LSU job. So where are we on that? What's Oklahoma playing for? Okie State's the best pass or the best defense in the league. They're 9-0 against the spread now the last 9 games. So I like Okie State in that game. I'd love to see that there's some way for them making playoffs, but I don't think there is, just because they're behind Notre Dame. So.
All right, how about the Iron Bowl? Alabama big favorites on the road. Kind of wish Bo Nix was playing in this game. I like home Bo Nix, not road Bo Nix, but Bama huge favorites over Auburn.
Yeah, I have on this. By
the way, I had South Carolina against Auburn last week, and they got down like 14-0, came back and won. What a year for Little Beamer and South Carolina. But anyway, can Auburn bounce back this week?
No, they're not going to win. Can they stay within 20? Maybe, because Alabama defense is so bad. That's why the total number looks really low to me on this. 55. With all of the other things and everybody having to make statements, again, Alabama is a one-loss team. I know they're, whatever they are, 3rd in the polls. So
they played, Arkansas last week?
Arkansas.
How many did they score?
That was...
But is their offense, as good as...
I don't think that...
we say it is.
I think their offensive line is
42-35.
Yeah, there's an issue. Bryce got sacked 4 times last week. Every SEC game, it seems like They're getting sacked 3 or 4 times. I think everybody should just save all their money and not spend it on Thanksgiving dinner and just go ahead and just hammer Georgia -4 for the SEC championship game. I don't know how the Alabama offensive line is going to block. That's why Alabama's not in the playoffs. For everybody that hates that, they're not. They're going to get destroyed by Georgia next week. And I'm an Alabama fan. I'm just realistic on that. Notre Dame, unfortunately, is the team that's going to sneak up into the 4. And then we get the joy of watching Georgia beat Notre Dame 35-0. For people that don't want to see Alabama there you go. That's your gift. I don't see how they're going to be able to block defensive line of Georgia. But for this week, they'll do enough. Saban need it as they've been working on the pass offense. They're going to score a lot of points. They're scoring a lot of points right now. And Bryce is just on fire. The last 2 weeks, 1,850 yards, 18 touchdowns. Sorry, no, the last 5 games, no interceptions. Last 2 weeks, he's only had 11 incompletions. I think they score 40+, so I think our Bama team total is definitely in play here against Auburn.
Speaking of South Carolina a moment ago, can they snap Clemson's winning streak in whatever that is, the Palmetto Bowl?
Is that the Palmetto Bowl?
No, I don't know what they call it.
I don't know.
Civil War,
Low Country Bowl.
Low Country Boil.
I mean, how South Carolina came back and won with their 6-string quarterback last week is pretty amazing. I don't see how they're going to score very much on Clemson, and South Carolina's run defense isn't great.
The Palmetto series, okay,
maybe.
Bowl. All right, I got it. I was joking.
Here's the good thing for South Carolina. You're at home. You got nothing to lose because you're in a bowl game now, and Clemson's going to be, well,
it's sold out too. I like that. That's
a night game, right?
This is a 7:30 game.
Yeah,
I like
so. Will Clemson be affected? They're going to know what happened to BC,
right?
Or in BC Wake, because that's at noon. Yeah. Are they in? Are they out? I mean, I think the line will move a little bit based on that, but I can't see South Carolina really stopping the run here, and I don't know if they're going to have much success throwing the ball. So I would lean Clemson minus the points, but if they're already thinking of the ACC championship the next week, it could affect them a little bit.
All right, Dan Mullen out. Does that affect Florida State, Florida? Do they rally? Do they quit? I don't care about that game at all. If you don't have anything, let's move on.
No, I don't. I mean,
all right, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you have? Because we'll wrap up this segment.
Yep. And we talked about Army. I love that one. Nebraska. It falls into that. I think they're a pick or a small home favorite against Iowa. So in the Heroes Trophy Bowl, I would look at Nebraska at home, who's actually the offense is playing really well right now, and they're 6-1 against the spread.
Sorry, you can't turn your head. Madness in the Auburn-UConn game. I got Auburn. They're making a frantic rally here, down 3 with 3:45 left. I'm sorry.
Love Cal against UCLA. UCLA's off that big win against USC. Cal is actually the best defense along with Utah in the Pac-12, and they've got a better rush defense. They're 24th against the rush, so UCLA is going to have a much tougher game, and off of that USC game, it might be a little bit of a letdown. And Cal, weird game, their USC game got pushed back to next week, so Cal can win the next 2 and get into a bowl game. I do think their head coach at Cal, though, is Justin Wilcox, is being mentioned, some head coaching jobs. But the last 2 weeks played great, 41-11. Win last week, and then 39-25 over Oregon State the week before that. I kind of think Cal's live, just like Oregon State is. And we've kind of been on both these teams, but I like North Texas plus. It was 12. It's down to 10.5 at home against UTSA. They need it for a bowl win.
Did UTSA end up winning last week?
Yeah, on that last play of the game. So now they're looking ahead to Zappy and Western Kentucky in the Conference USA Championship game next week off that big win. Got to go on the road to Denton. North Texas won 4 straight games. And North Texas is actually, it's surprising how good they are. They are, where's it? Run.
Are they Power 6 capable? Because they're joining the AAC wager, so. They're fired up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
This is a future American game you're talking about right now.
Yeah, you can't discount that. Where's it? Anyway, somewhere I've got some stats here. North Texas is actually much better against the run. Sorry, North Texas, 4th best rushing team in the country, averaging 237 yards a game. So I think they'll like pound the ball just like UAB did. I think they can hang around in that game a little bit with being a down spot. Back to Oklahoma. Okie State a little bit. Last game ever between those two in the Big 12, as you mentioned about teams leaving. So that's a big deal. They may play again, but
they're not leaving after this season, are they?
Yeah, they are. They're all like Oklahoma and Texas are both leaving this year.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like K-State +3 at Texas, too. I can't imagine that with nothing to play for that there's going to be a big crowd there. K-State gets to send Texas out with a loss at the end of the year as well.
All right. I just don't. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think they're leaving
You think?
I think
that there's still more years that they're going to play.
I don't think so. Notre Dame -19, hammer that. Notre Dame's in the playoffs. They'll be the 4 seed. When Alabama loses, Notre Dame's the 4 seed. Georgia, Notre Dame, 1-4. And then we get Ohio State, Cincinnati, like we talked about. Ohio State and Georgia will both be like 17-point favorite in those semifinals. I like BYU -6.5, 7 against USC as well. Interim head coach, nothing to play for off that loss. USC is the 93rd ranked total defense in the country, and they're 96 versus the run. BYU's big and physical, so they'll pound the ball out of them. And actually, BYU has played the most impressive schedule that people probably haven't figured out. And they played everybody in the Pac-12 South. They played Utah, they played Arizona State, and they won those games.
Yeah.
So they beat Arizona, Utah, Arizona State. Now they get a chance to beat USC. They only lost to Boise and they lost to Baylor, the only 2 losses. So played a really good team, and the offense is coming around late in the year here.
Next week we can do some FCS playoff lines.
Oh yeah.
November 27th. They'll get that underway.
And the 2 games, weird games. I know we got to go on this.
Yeah, we got to move along.
Syracuse, I kind of like Syracuse +13 over Pitt. Take the over the last week of the season for Syracuse always seems to be like high scoring shootouts, including 16 when these 2 teams played in football, and it was 76-61. And then Paul Bunyan's Axe. I kind of like Minnesota to throw that side up a little bit, maybe beat Wisconsin or hang around. And that total seems really low as well, with both teams last year combined for 650 plus yards, and right now a total of 39, unless they're expecting just a huge snowstorm in Minnesota. But I kind of like the Gophers and the over there. If they win, I don't know who. It'll be a 3-way tie between Minnesota, Wisconsin, and maybe Iowa, but I don't know if Iowa beats Nebraska. So,
all right, Redbeard asking, what are your sources, Wager, that Oklahoma and Texas are leaving after this season?
I don't know, the internet. So it's got to be right? I'm pretty sure that they moved that up, and they were trying to go ahead and jump. Once they announced, the Big 12 wanted them out. So,
all right.
Are you not finding it?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard that. I could have missed that, but I don't know. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk NFL. What does Wager think about the football team Monday night against Seattle? How about the Panthers taking on the Dolphins? Cowboys on Thanksgiving. We'll talk about the NFL action going on with Wager McGhee when we return. Got a good one in Atlantis as Auburn hits the 3 to take a 2-point lead with 2:35 left to go. What a comeback by Bruce Fake Tan Pearl and the Auburn Tigers. We'll be back with you after this.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Hey folks, Uptown Brewing Company is proud to be your friendly neighborhood brewery. We have an incredible lineup of year-round and seasonal brews available in our tap room, and we're also the home of Billy Beer. The tap room features weekly beer and wine specials, events, and live music on the weekends. Need to book a holiday party? We're happy to accommodate. Our staff goes above and beyond to make you feel welcome and keep your glass full. Come see us at Uptown Brewing Company, 418 Evans Street, Uptown Greenville.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, football is back, just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby. I really miss this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we cater? Let us cater your next private event, church gathering, or backyard party. From traditional pig pickings to regular chopped barbecue, Parker's has anything you need. Parker's, where you're always treated like family.
Come and explore great shopping in downtown Washington at Naughty Life. Hi, this is Gina from Naughty Life, and new fall merchandise is arriving every day, featuring all the new Yeti products, like the loadout buckets and waterproof dry duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington, and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money, and at Carolina Wealth Management, we believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, just saw Ian Rappaport say that Alvin Kamara has been ruled out of the Thanksgiving night game against the Bills. Also, Wager, during the break, Wager McGhee here, we just saw that CeeDee Lamb is leaning towards playing on Thursday against the Raiders. So let's start there. Thanksgiving football, NFL. Lions, Bears is as bad as it gets. Cowboys, Raiders isn't much better, the way the Raiders have been trending. And then Bills, Saints, every team playing on Thanksgiving lost last week.
Yep.
You like anything?
I don't really love any of it. I would lean. I kind of like the Andy Dalton's plan for the Bears. So because I think that game plan probably fits a little bit more, and it's kind of what they did last week. But who knows? But I would say that Detroit is 31st versus run, so that's why I think the Bears can win by controlling the clock and run the ball. I think Cooper's still out.
Cooper is definitely out,
but CeeDee Lamb helps a little bit there. I could see both teams both teams coming off horrible offensive games. Last time Dallas did that, though, they put up 43 the next week at home against Atlanta. I would expect them to have a really good game versus a Vegas team that is not great.
Vegas was the number one over team in 2020. How are they doing this year with that? Probably pretty well, I would think.
Well, they didn't get over last week because they couldn't score. I mean, it was almost there, and like you're saying, the Bengals did their part. So
they didn't get over in the Chiefs game, probably, unless the Chiefs.
They actually did. And that one, it was 41-14, so barely. It was a total of 54. 2 of the last 3 have gone under. The Giants game was 23-16, but they were 1 of 6 in the red zone that game. Chiefs went over because of the Chiefs, and then last week it was 44 total of a 51, but the Bengals scored 32 of those points. Before
Cowboys team total over.
Yes, that's what we're saying. The Bills, number 1 pass defense in the NFL, so you can beat them on the ground. That's what Jonathan Taylor and the Colts did last week. With no Kamara, no Mark Ingram, the offensive line beat up. I don't think the Saints are going to be able to do that. Still, those 6 points as a home dog. I did see today, too, so that means you're going to have to throw on them. So, number 1 pass defense on one side for the Bills. Trevor Siemian, of all the quarterbacks that are ranked, is last in the NFL in completion percentage, 35th of all starting quarterbacks, and that's guys like Jacoby Brissett and everybody.
Let's just say the Bills do one of their clobber fest on Sunday.
I think they could, because again, they look at the teams that can really score and are coming off horrible games. That's one, and they're kind of being forgotten a little bit. They can come back out and make a statement, national TV, and they're the primetime game. I think Dallas does the same. The first game is, who cares on that one? But all right, I'd lean Bears.
All right, let's move on to Sunday. I'm hearing reports that Superman is dead. Chandler, did you hear those reports? Yeah, you did. Can he revive himself and the Panthers down in Miami? I say yes. Wager says no.
No. Yeah, I say no. So I think we had a nice little 1 week love affair there. I don't understand why the wrong team's favored, right? Why are they favored on the road here?
I just see a huge Christian McCaffrey game in Miami on Sunday.
I don't know if that. He's 2 games off of injury. I think you've got to have a passing threat to be able to do that.
And Chandler's right. Cam and I guess the offense as a whole, well, more so Cam. Cam didn't look that bad. Their defense got exposed by Taylor Heineke. Like, can the defense bounce back against Miami? They don't have a good offense.
Well, Tua actually is that I think they finally have figured out what works for him a little bit, which then is opening up the offense and the passing game. He's 7th in the NFL in completion percentage right now. And then last week they had a really good game run the ball. They're 3-0 the last 3 straight up. And remember, if Cam's not going to beat him a whole lot with passing, right? He's going to run and all the other stuff. But they just played Lamar 2 weeks ago on that Thursday night game, dropped the linebackers back or whatever, kind of like played contain with Lamar, forced him to throw. He ran the ball 9 times that night for like 30 yards, had to throw up 43 times. Right. I think they play that same style against Cam, forces him to throw the ball, which kind of takes McCaffrey out of it a little bit. I love Miami. I don't know why Carolina is favored on the road in this game.
So. Wager likes Miami. I like the Panthers in that one. Head
to head.
The Patriots have just been a train, and hopefully you have been riding along on the tracks because they have been awesome winning and against the spread here in the last month plus, and they have the Titans, and that is a big number. And as a guy who's been on the Patriots side the last few weeks, I don't like it against the Titans on Sunday.
It seems as easy as the Falcons-Patriots game last Thursday, right? To me it does, just because it's the way they're playing that they're kind of in a roll. They're on the roll right now, 5-0 straight up and against the spread. Same thing. It took a few games early in the year to figure out, how best to use Mac Jones as a rookie. There's only one other you can argue, but I mean, based on the numbers, there's only one other quarterback in the NFL that's better than him and more efficient than him right now, and that's Kyler Murray. So Mac's the number 2. He's number 2 in the NFL in completion percentage. I think Tennessee still in this. Their whole thing was running the ball, opening things up, and the Patriots' defense is playing so good. They're not able to run the ball without Derrick Henry, which then puts all the pressure on Tannehill, which we saw last week. I mean, they played well last week, even though they lost. They outgained the Texans 420 to 190 yards, and then still lost because he threw 4 interceptions. They had 5 turnovers. It seems too easy. I like New England.
All right. By the way, Auburn and UConn headed into overtime in the greatest college basketball game I've ever seen in my life. Let's see. Wager, what else? Eagles, Giants.
I lean Eagles. I don't know what the...
By the way, this is even stupid to talk about. I mean, we can talk about it, but like the NFL is so damn hard every week.
It's not, though. You got to get uncomfortable. That's what we talked about last week. Colts and Texans just seemed good and easy.
Give me an uncomfortable pick.
Pittsburgh plus 3.5.
Jets plus 2.5 at Houston.
I loved it before Flacco was out with COVID. Now I don't love it. So that made no sense. Texans should never be a 3-point favorite again. I may still do it, although Wilson's horrible. But why are the Texans favored? Here's why I love. Why are the Chargers favorites on the road? You just got to bring your... I mean, they're 1-4 against the spread the last 5. They're 2-3 straight up, and their wins have been by 3 and 4. And now they're going to Denver, who had the off week.
Yeah.
And by the numbers and completion and how the offense is running, Teddy is a better quarterback than Herbert right now. He's number 4 in the NFL in percentage completion. Denver absolutely owns the series, too. They're 15-5 straight up the last 20, 7-1 straight up the last 8 at home.
Last time we saw Denver, Teddy was not attempting to make a tackle in a bad loss.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, he's got 2 weeks to think about that. The Chargers, hey, remember the Dallas game, though, 2 weeks or a week before that, though, and they ran, everything got set up with the running game, right? Who's the worst in the league against the run? The Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Chargers are 32nd in the run, and all Denver's done in this last week is sign their wide receivers to extension. So they're going to have a whole bunch of happy offensive receivers. All the running backs will be able to run free. The Denver should be favored by 2.5. It's a 5-6 point. I think the line's way off. So
all right,
the easiest bet.
You sold me on that one.
Yep.
And you like the Steelers plus 4.5 at Cincinnati?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why we just think that Pittsburgh can't score in this game. I guess now I do get it that Pittsburgh is pretty bad against the run, and Chargers really couldn't take advantage of that last week. But Mixon and the Bengals right now can. But I still like Pittsburgh. Where'd that game go? Yeah, I mean they're the same thing. They own it. They're 4-1 against the spread the last 5 on the road. It is kind of a bad spot, I think, a little bit for Cincinnati off the travel. Pittsburgh is too. They're 4-1 straight up the last 6. Cincinnati seems a little bit more inconsistent, but. Pittsburgh hadn't lost by more than 4 since October 3rd in about a month and a half, whatever that game is. They played tough. Again,
and every time we start to give the Bengals credit and make them a favorite like this, they collapse on themselves.
And they just start coming off a 20-point win on the road against Vegas, who hasn't been the same since Gruden and the Ruggs thing and everything else. So that's why I do kind of see Dallas being able to win that big. Best team in the NFL right now, the Colts, catching 3 at home against Tampa.
Yeah,
who's on a short week.
Now you gotta
get uncomfortable.
Yeah, the Tom Brady loss to Washington. Is Tampa going to do the thing they did last year and just reel off a bunch of wins in a row?
That's the thing. You were like, have they put it together? I mean, Giants were just bad. I think we're going to see how good they are, right? Because on paper, at least Tampa is number 1 versus the run, and Colts are going to test that. But the last 3 games, they started giving up a little bit. Giants can't run the ball. So I think you got to look at the opponents who they played, and they have given up over 100 yards a game the last 3 games. But, I mean, Indy's 5-1 straight up. And the only one that was a 3-point loss to Tennessee when they missed field goals and everything. They're 6-2 straight up.
No, that was when Carson Wentz through those dumb interceptions.
Yeah, so there you go. But I think they missed.
Oh no, okay. I'm taking Tampa. I'm taking Brady over Wentz. I can't bet on Carson Wentz right now.
But we talked off. You were going to be Green Bay at home, and that guy Crosby misses every other field goal he kicks.
Yeah, but they have Aaron Rodgers. I don't care about Crosby, Stills, or Nash, or Young. All right. You got to know when to get off the Vikings roller coaster. And for me, it's this week. I'll take the Niners. I don't care who they have. It's just Kirk Cousins. I'm nervous about him getting into this 4:30 time window. Anything after 1, he just melts. So I had him last week against the Packers. Great play by me.
Yep.
I'm jumping off this week. Give me the Niners. What do you think?
I think the Vikes. I'm with you. I like San Francisco on this. I think the Vikings are just at the end of a bad run, right? They played not only Green Bay the week before that, they won at the Chargers. They played Baltimore at home or Baltimore on the road in that overtime game, and they played Dallas at home and lost to Cooper Rush. So they played a really, really tough schedule. They're 3-1 against the spread on that. But they can't stop the run. And it doesn't matter who they put. Last week, San Francisco was out without their top 3 running backs, and Deebo Samuels was running back and did really well. So Minnesota's 27th versus the run. San Francisco got over that. They can't win at home. They beat the Rams, dominated the Rams 31-10. And again, in what was should have been a down spot last week, they went to Jacksonville and won 30-10 and really dominated that game without their top 3 or 4 running backs. This is the team. Vikings could, but San Francisco is the team that you can see with everybody else kind of coming down a little bit. They could just get on a run and just plow through things and really be a factor in the NFC. So I like it. Love the over just because Jimmy G and Cousins both are playing so great right now, and the offensive lines are good. San Francisco's offensive line is by stat and analytical stuff, is playing better than any offensive line in 10 years or something. So
Browns at Ravens Sunday Night Football. Ravens a home favorite.
I'm off the Ravens bandwagon. I'm taking the points in the division game. Plus, I saw Conklin, their tackle, and Kareem Hunt are both back. A weird schedule for Baltimore or for Cleveland. So they play Baltimore, then they're off a week, and they play Baltimore again. So they're Baltimore. This starts a home and home with Baltimore.
You're about to see a run on division matchups in the NFL. Washington still has to play Dallas twice and the Eagles twice, and it's like that across the NFL.
I looked at that for the Eagles because right now the Eagles just show up and run for 250 or 60 yards, and I was like, can they get into the mix? And it is. They've played one division game, I think, so far.
Lost to Dallas, maybe. I think they played the Giants twice and Washington twice.
It is. So Philly lost lost to Dallas 41-21. But think about that run, and that's why I kind of like them. They play the Giants and they play the Jets, and they're off, and then they go Washington Giants, Washington Dallas. Washington Eagles 2 times in 3 weeks there is going to be kind of fun if those offenses keep doing what they're doing right now.
Speaking of Washington, one of the hottest teams in not just football but all of sport, taking on the Seahawks Monday night. It's a pick'em. Pete Carroll left his press conference the other day, came back, apologized. He doesn't know how to handle this losing. In fact, if you're going to sports trivia tonight, tune in. The Seahawks have the longest streak of consecutive winning seasons in the NFL. Or did you know that? There's a stat for you, Wager.
Did not know that.
That one's in jeopardy this year. They're 3-7. What do you think about this one coming up Monday night at a packed, just kidding, FedEx Field?
I'm on your team, even though the look ahead, it's adjusted so much. Look ahead with Seattle -3.5, but they've just been, they can't get anything going on offense, and they've actually been picked apart by a rusty COVID Aaron Rodgers and Colt McCoy the last 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks, they haven't scored. And then since the bye, the football team is 17 of 32 on third downs, which is one of the best in the NFL, and 5 of 10 in the red zone. They need to get up from 50%. However, 10 trips to the red zone last 2 weeks against 2 pretty decent teams, right? Tampa and Carolina, decent defenses that we're talking about.
Gibson had a bad fumble in the red zone last week. One of those trips.
So there you go.
Came up empty.
I don't understand Seattle right now. They seem like they can't run the ball. We kind of know that anyway. Their defense is just kind of okay. I don't know why he can't, between Lockett and Metcalf, figure it out. They're 1-5 straight up their last 6. I know Russell was out. They seem to play tougher and harder with Geno there, it seemed like. The last 2 weeks with Russell back.
Let Geno cook.
They haven't even been close. So I like football team. We got NFC East is not over. I'm kind of curious to see
NFC
what.
East is over.
It's not over.
All right, whatever. Wager, anything else? We're out of time.
You talked about Green Bay. I kind of like that too. Heard Chris Andrews, sports director at South Point in Vegas, saying that Green Bay is still the only team he gives a 3-point home field edge to.
That's interesting.
And they just play better at home, which is true. They've only had 4 true home games because of whatever the schedule's worked out, and they won by 18, 10, 14, and 17, and some pretty good teams there. I don't know why the Rams. They've had a week to figure out how to get Odell Beckham into the offense. I mean, Woods is a huge loss for them. They can't seem to run the ball right now, even with all the injuries for Green Bay. I think it's a pick. I think that's value. I like Green Bay at home in that spot.
All right, Wager, what is your go-to Thanksgiving side dish? What do you have to have tomorrow?
I love green bean casserole, but really just the stuffing that's inside of the turkey. I talked to Mrs. Wager about that today. So that stuffing, not the additional stuffing that gets cooked, but that comes out of the bird is really
interesting. And green bean casserole, nobody has said that answer, but that's kind of like the right guard. Like, you got to have it. Like, it might not be your favorite. It's not the flashiest, but it is a must-have on the table.
You go to any grocery store, the in-aisle displays, you're going to see 1 or 2 of those just cans of onions.
I picked mine up yesterday with the green beans.
Yep. And you're not, you might see some other stuff, but those are featured because grocery stores know how valuable those are. And you get 2 cans, you eat one as a snack, and then the other one just goes on top of the green bean casserole.
Wager, have a great Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see if we can get you back here next week.
Yep. Go Pirates.
No in-game texting.
No, I'm done with you. I'm done.
We'll see.
Never texting you again.
Okay. We will take a timeout. UConn up 92-91 in overtime. 38 seconds left to go. A thriller in the battle for Atlantis. We got a big hour 3 on tap on Pirate Radio Live. Troy D will be alongside. We'll talk to Bryce Williams. We'll have a giveaway. We'll open up the booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. We're back with you. Redbeard says Wager is probably looking ahead to dessert.
I like that.
Look ahead.
The turkey sandwich. By the way, you can find that on Redbeard. You can find online that Texas and Oklahoma is going to SEC
they are
next
not.
year. They are.
All right, we'll be back after this.
If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an army.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers' family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers in Greenville and now open in Winterville.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're heading into, not yet, 3 seconds left to go in overtime. UConn and Auburn are tied at 95 in a wild one on ESPN.
I thought that one was done because UConn knocked down a 3 to go up by 4 late in that overtime, and then I just so happened to look, and I believe I'm ahead of you, Clip, but I looked at my screen, spoiler. And the guy for Auburn just kind of drove the basket and laid it up and in.
Great description. Wow. Yes, that is what happened. So 3 seconds left to go in overtime. Quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubbuck.
This is the Bad Boy tournament out of the Atlantis in the Bahamas.
The Battle for Atlantis. They're playing in the ballroom. I love the weird lighting. I love this tournament.
Brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers.
That's right. Do they still have a bowl game?
Bad Boy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me check. Bad Boy Mowers Bowl.
They still have a record company.
What about their competitor?
Oh, yeah, Gasparilla.
Yeah. Have you heard about their new competitor?
No, but this is going to be really funny. Get the drum roll ready. What's their competitor?
Good Girl.
All right. Troy D is here with more jokes like that coming up this hour.
Supposed to be funny? Hey, available for your wedding stew, people.
Some of Troy's jokes maybe want to resort to violence.
Violence! Sustained effort and violence! Violence!
Troy, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as we're easing into the holiday here.
Easing in.
I noticed, it wasn't, you could tell a lot of people had the day off today. This is definitely the pre-holiday break. Of course, we're grinding away as always, doing what we do for the Pirate Nation. We will be off Thursday. We'll have the triple header on NFL on Pirate Radio for you. And then right back at it
Friday, 11:30 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you set for the 3:30 kickoff, East Carolina, Cincinnati. And last night it was revealed that Cincinnati is in the top 4 of the college football playoff rankings.
Which has only brought more attention to this game on a national level. Even people that don't care about East Carolina are going to watch this to see if Cincinnati's for real now, because this is the first time someone from a non-Power 5 league has broken into the top 4. I've been listening, streaming a lot of Chicago sports radio today, Clip, because there's a lot of buzz about whether the Chicago coach is going to get fired and whether that's going to happen after the game, and it's just been crazy up in Chicago lately.
Did you see at the Bulls game they had a fire Matt Nagy chant going at the Chicago Bulls
at the
game?
Bulls? Unfortunately, I thought this was pretty tacky. His son plays high school football, and it broke out at his son's game that he's in attendance, which that crosses the line to me. That's come on, man, don't involve. That's ridiculous. But and really, honestly, Matt Nagy seems like a nice guy. Maybe can't get it done in Chicago, but their bigger problems the general manager and the ownership. I mean, that's really where the issues are. But anyway, the point, what I was trying to say is about Chicago radio. They do, we have Jeff Charles on the sports update, that you hear quite often, or you guys doing the Buck scoreboard here. They do a similar thing up there in between the breaks. And one of their top stories was, the lineup for college football tomorrow. And this was the local Chicago sports station saying this. This wasn't a national report. Going, Cincinnati breaks into the top 4, but boy, they've got 2 tough tests in front of them to make it all the way. They'll face a hot and rising East Carolina team on Friday, and then Houston for the.
So they didn't say Eastern.
No, they said
That's a
East
good
Carolina.
thing. All right, way to go.
They said East Carolina. They called them a hot rising team in the conference. So, and they said 2 tough games. So, this is Chicago sports radio. This is not biased Greenville radio here. That we know everybody, and obviously we're East Carolina fans and supporters and alums too. This was out of market, big market radio, pumping up East Carolina. I thought that's great.
Well, you're going to have all the Michigan fans tuned in, all the Notre Dame fans, all of the Oklahoma State fans, teams that are trying to jump above Cincinnati in that college football playoff poll, tuned in and rooting for the Pirates on ABC on Friday.
And you don't get opportunities like this very often, Clip. This is almost a unicorn opportunity for East Carolina University, that this game now, because it is being played on a Friday, which very few games are being played on Friday, because it is at a 3:30 time slot, which will end right around 7-ish, because it is on national TV on ABC, not a regional game, but a national game, you're going to have an unbelievable amount of eyes on this. And because you are facing one of the top-ranked teams in the country, going for a national championship if they can continue to win in the Cincinnati Bearcats, this is one of those unique opportunities that is rare, that has actually never happened like this before. This is a one-of-a-kind deal for East Carolina. And what I hope for ECU is, hey, let's be competitive. Let's not be East Carolina from 3 years ago. Let's be East Carolina of today. Let's make a statement. Let's be competitive. Even if they don't win, let's look good in the process. And you know what? If you're there and you can pull off, some would say a miracle or a victory, man, even better. Unbelievable exposure for this program.
Put some ranch on it. I got a text today from Perry Owens that said the Pirates going to need to ranch it up this Friday.
I like our chances. I put out there earlier, I've talked to a lot of folks at East Carolina today, and I've been hearing this all week. Big concern were fans. The university's out. Student body uses a huge, the Boneyard's a big part of the stadium, Clip. I mean, that's a good chunk of 10,000 students or so that might come to a game like this. With school being out, there was a big concern of what the crowd would look like. Also, you're competing against Black Friday and just the holiday in general. I am hearing now that it looks like ECU Cincinnati is going to be in the high 30s, could possibly cross 40,000 folks. The student guest ticket pickup has been phenomenal. They've been letting students get a free guest ticket. Normally they charge for these, which I think is a great move on a holiday week. So if you're a student, you can get a free guest ticket. If that keeps up at that pace, possible that you could see over 40,000 people in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium on Friday. Should be 10 to 14,000 more tickets allotted than previous Thanksgiving weekend crowds.
That's huge. I mean, we talk about this every time the schedule is released. We see are we home or are we away that Friday, that Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we look and we see usually it's home, and usually we kind of say, well, that's not going to be a great crowd game. You're talking that many more people this year than a usual post-Thanksgiving game. That's huge.
There's a new buzz about this game, even over the last couple of days, that I've picked up on. That all of a sudden, there are people planning to come now that weren't planning before. I think Cincinnati breaking into the top 4 had something to do with it. I think East Carolina on this hot win streak has something to do with it. And I just feel like people feel like they're going to be missing out if they're not there. And do you want to miss out? Do you want to live your life saying, I wish I had, I wish I had gone? Or do you want to say, boy, I'm glad I was there, and I'm glad I went, and I'm glad I was able to witness it? That's the choice you have right now if you're on the fence. If you don't have a ticket and you're deciding whether to go or not, you can always do other things. You can always go shopping. I hate to say it. You can hey, if you want to spend time with your family, bring your family to the game. Spend time with your family at the game. This is maybe a once in a lifetime opportunity for East Carolina. I'd hate for you to have to miss it, because I know we will.
Shirley, hit Mike Houston's last comment, because he talked about it, kind of made a plea to the students and the fans to show up for this game. So hit that one, Shirley, from earlier this week.
Okay, last thing real quick, just, one big thing I just want to kind of ask for is from our student body. The Boneyard's been a huge part of our home football games, especially this year. And it's been as electric and impactful and rocking as it has been all year. And I understand, Thanksgiving break and, the timing of this ball game Friday afternoon. But, as many students as we can get back here for that game at 3:30 Friday afternoon, we want you here. I know that the Pirate Club is offering, 4 guest passes for each student ticket. So if you're with a bunch of friends and you can get them here cheering for the Pirates, we want them here also. But that student section is going to be important Friday afternoon. So we'd love to have the Boneyard rocking for kickoff at 3:30. So love to see you back here. Just know that you're important and you're impactful.
Mike Houston making his plea there. He has seen fans waiting for East Carolina the last 2 weeks at the airport after wins, which is kind of an old school East Carolina feel after the bowl eligibility clinching win over Memphis, and then last week again after the road win against Navy.
Well, I know some of our crowds haven't been great the past couple games, but I was talking to Donnie Kirkpatrick, ECU's offensive coordinator, about this week, and he's up in the box, and he's looking down, and he's kind of seeing what everyone else is seeing and go, oh, this isn't what we're kind of used to, and they haven't been that great, especially after the first game or two. But he talks to the coaches and the players on the field, and he's like, man, they're all talking about how super loud it is down there. So the fans that have been coming to the games, I think, have made up for the ones that have been missing by volume. So even though there may not have been as many people there, the sound and how loud it is has been a factor for these Pirates. So I imagine you get up in the upper 30s on Friday. If we can cross 40,000, that is going to be an amazing amount of people there. And I think people are going to be jacked up for this game. I really do. As I said, this has kind of become a hot ticket all of a sudden in Greenville. There's a lot of people that I know that weren't out of town, that weren't going to come originally, that are now changing their plans to be here. And that's going to be a factor. So we look forward to it. Still, tickets are available, by the way, if you do want to come. It's not sold out. But should be a great environment on Friday.
Cincinnati, a 14-point favorite against East Carolina. A little rich for my blood and others that I've talked to. They think that, look, why wouldn't East Carolina be competitive as they have been on the road and against really every team in the American? East Carolina has either won or been right there at the end of the game. Cincinnati is a cut above maybe other teams in the American, but look, they're going to play Houston in the championship game, and East Carolina took them to overtime. So no reason to think East Carolina can't hang with the Bearcats this Friday.
Yeah, and as I said Monday, this is a game. ECU has nothing to lose in this game. Really nothing to lose. Cincinnati has everything to lose. Go out there and make it happen. Who cares? There's no one is expecting East Carolina to win. Now, I think we can. I believe in us. I think we can win. But if we don't, it's not like, oh, the season's over. Now, if Cincinnati loses, they're going to feel like their season's over, even though they still have a chance to win a conference championship and go to a bowl game. But their season will feel like it's over because they're so close to breaking in that top 4. For ECU, we're going on to a bowl no matter what. We could just go on with a tremendous amount of momentum and the opportunity to put ECU on the national map again in football with a victory.
All right, tell you what, we'll get a break in. It looks like UConn is going to outlast Auburn here, and I'm blaming one guy, Troy D.
Second OT.
I'm blaming the official, and you'll see him here, the guy with his back to us right now, Ramey Steins.
Wow, Ramey is down there.
He's down there for a vacation.
How did he get a good gig like that?
I don't know.
Working on a holiday, that Ramey Steins.
Next time you talk to him, ask him how the battle for Atlantis went.
He's probably getting time and a half. I'm going to take a picture of Ramey over there.
What a gig for our buddy Ramey Steins.
Man, that's a good tournament to be working right there.
We just saw him outside in the parking lot and talked to him a few weeks ago, Chandler. And now he's down on the island hanging out at the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. So saw Ramey. That's pretty cool. Calling this game today. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll hook up with Bryce Williams. We got to get his prediction for East Carolina and Cincinnati. Talk about the win over the Navy midshipmen, and also he's been killing deer at a high rate. We'll see what he's been doing here.
Deer killer?
He's been mowing them down. We'll see what he's been doing this last week. Bryce Williams joins us when we return. We'll also have a giveaway for you after these words.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $3,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Hey folks, Uptown Brewing Company is proud to be your friendly neighborhood brewery. We have an incredible lineup of year-round and seasonal brews available in our tap room, and we're also the home of Billy Beer. The tap room features weekly beer and wine specials, events, and live music on the weekends. Need to book a holiday party? We're happy to accommodate. Our staff goes above and beyond to make you feel welcome and keep your glass full. Come see us at Uptown Brewing Company, 418 Evans Street, Uptown, Greenville.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Another awesome dining experience is coming soon to Uptown Greenville. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, will offer lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar will have indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on the grand opening, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden of Greenville is your premium CBD provider in Eastern North Carolina. Find yourself experiencing increased aches and pains as the cooler months roll in? Hemp Garden offers an assortment of pain-relieving topicals, including lotions, creams, and muscle rubs. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
If If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an army.
Pirate Radio is the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Be sure to stop by their office at 801 Staten Road in Greenville, or you can book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, now we've got Ramey Steins. Maybe it did. We got him under the microscope, Troy D. He just made a big call in this game, and they've gone to official review.
He's saying it's off his knee.
Is Ramey correct?
Wow.
I like this has turned into us grading Ramey Steins.
Yeah.
He is,
well, who's judging the refs? The refs love to make judgment calls. Let's make a judgment call on them.
I got to say, that's a terrible call by him.
Ramey's going to kick our ass when we get back in town.
Looks like it's going to be UConn ball.
I think it's going to be overturned right here.
He is calling the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. What a game this has been between UConn and Auburn, 113-109 in double overtime. And UConn should be getting the ball back here, but this is a fun one to follow. We're keeping up with all the games going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Buck.
Buck. And by the way, don't forget tonight, get your Thanksgiving weekend started early. I think Mikhail Buck's going to be there tonight. Me and Troy were there Saturday night and enjoyed Mikhail Buck at the Buck.
Told you, promises made, promises delivered. Remember I said I might go? That might turned into a did.
Not a
60% chance.
That is not a promise.
Also, along with
I delivered.
So you didn't have a BBD.
But you're saying every time you say might, you don't do it. My point was that was a might, and I went.
You're a big maybe guy. We also learned you're a big BBD guy.
So basically, you didn't have a BBD.
There was no BBD.
That was the BBD at that moment.
That was the BBD.
Yeah. Did I spell Ramey's last? Oops. Did I spell his last name right before I tweet that?
You did it.
All right.
Yep, sir.
So we got Mikhail Buck, Cody Christian, and Cooper Greer, all live music tonight. And in between those sets, no other than DJ Captain Morgan.
DJ Captain Morgan.
And when is that tomorrow?
It's tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So after you leave Sports Trivia at AJ's, head over to the Buck.
And guess what?
What?
No cover charge. It's free.
You're lying.
I swear to the good Lord above.
I would pay nigh upon $20.
You pay $20?
Yeah, $20 to go see Buck at the Buck.
Really? All right, give me $20 and I'll take you there.
Well, I don't have to. It's
free. No cover.
No cover. It's a good deal. Spend that $20 on some drinks at the Buck. All right, let's head out to a guy that's been killing bucks.
Yeah, wow, what a segue.
Thank you,
That
sir.
is a pro move, people. Do not try that segue at home.
Bryce. Violence amongst deers going on right now. Let's talk to our buddy Bryce Williams on the Fixed NC Live line. Bryce, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you, pal.
Happy thanks to y'all.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just headed down the mountain. We just got done picking out a Christmas tree, cutting it down, that whole see and cut or whatever it's called.
Wow, you're doing it like National Lampoon Christmas Vacation style. Like you're actually cutting it off the mountain?
Yes.
Wow. Be careful, man. A lot of sap. Hey, is this with your family or is this with your in-laws?
Yeah, it's with my family, the Williamses.
Wow, I didn't even know you get to do anything with them anymore. I thought you were only allowed to do stuff with the in-laws now.
I know, yeah, but they were able to snag me away for the weekend.
This is big news right here. I was ready to make fun of him for never seeing his regular family. And here we are, Thanksgiving, something to be thankful for. You get to be with your family.
Oh, yeah, we got my Nene. She's in town from Manio, so she's here, so my dad's mom, and then I'll be with my mom's parents and all that, so it'll be a good time.
Awesome. Well, tell the Williams we said hello.
I will. I'll do it.
Bryce, while we're talking Thanksgiving, I'll go ahead and get it out of the way. If you could choose one side dish to go to on your Thanksgiving Day meal, what would you be choosing?
God, that's a tough one. You know, when you give me a lot of options, I tend to hesitate and second guess myself. But first thing that comes to mind is probably like the candy yams. Is where I'm going.
Candied yams, good call.
I like those too. That might be my favorite, also, Bryce. We have that in common too.
There we go.
Yeah,
perfect.
All right, well, let's talk football, Bryce. How about them damn Pirates winning against Navy on Saturday?
I was pretty fired up. I think you must have been more fired up because I don't think you responded too much to my text. You might have been distracted, but I understand though what I'm feeling.
Well, what were you texting, Bryce?
Hey, I responded to the most important text, which is what channel is the game on?
That is true. Very true. I think I had to end up watching that on my phone as well. I forgot where I was.
Are you going to be back for this game, or are you going to have to watch it on TV?
Television.
Troy, I will read some of Bryce's text from Saturday.
Yeah. What is he texting you so much for?
He's an in-game texter. I said every bleep game comes down to the wire. He said, I know, dadgum, makes a man drink. And then he said, I mean, damn it, boy. And then he said, I tell you what. So I don't know. How do I respond to that, Troy?
Yeah,
what do
I know. I will say this, Bryce. I do appreciate that you text like you talk.
Yeah, he's a genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet your autocorrect goes crazy every time you start typing in there.
Yeah, it does. That's why sometimes I can't do voice talk to Siri because she just doesn't understand me.
Yeah, trust me. She doesn't understand me either. And
yeah. So I have to text it and tries to correct me even during my text. And yeah, but now I think it's finally understanding, so it doesn't even bother correcting me, which is nice.
So are you coming this Friday?
I'm fired up. No, I'll still be in Winston, but I'll be watching.
All right, you know what channel it's on?
Actually, no. Y'all, what is it on?
Hey, you can break out the rabbit ears for this one,
All right,
Bryce.
here's the good news. It's on a channel called ABC. Can you spell it?
Okay. That's a tough one there.
So it's network TV, ABC.
ABC.
So find out your ABC affiliate up there and make sure, why don't you do a test run today, make sure you got it on, and then you can watch it.
That's true, 'cause I don't want to be scrambling right before kickoff.
Right, I just saved you a text to clip now.
Oh, he'll probably still text me.
What was that? CBA?
NBC?
Did I say CBS?
Am I mistaken? Was the Bryce with the James Summers coming out party against Virginia Tech again on ABC? When's the last ABC game we played?
No, we had one last year, I thought. I was talking to Tom McClellan about this.
I'll have to check into that.
Was that UCF when they came to town the very first
Oh,
game?
because of the COVID, the schedules kept getting changed around.
Yeah,
You're probably right. Yep.
We did have one last year.
The season opener.
Yeah.
Home opener. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Good call. Anyway.
But it was weird because last year it didn't seem like as big of a deal, obviously.
Yeah, and it wasn't scheduled to be there, but
Correct.
we kind of got boosted up.
This one is actually scheduled to be there last game of the season, a lot riding on it.
Bryce, the Bearcats are 14-point favorites against the Pirates. How do you like our chances on Friday?
You know, I feel pretty good. Because obviously we played them, was it last year? We played them closely, or was it the year before?
2 years ago at home, we had a shootout with them, went toe-to-toe with them. Last year in Cincinnati kind of got away from us.
Okay, well, I'm going to play it back to 2 years ago at home because the same situation pretty much. So, I mean, I think we got pretty good if we just continue to play how we are, defense, offense, executing, obviously converting, completing those, 40-yard bombs and tight situation, 4th and 4 with a 30-some-yard touchdown. We do all that. I think it's going to be a good recipe for success. I'm thinking.
Bryce, one of the texts you sent, and I was listening at this point. I was in my car. I didn't see it. You said good patience by Jones. So let's break that down from a tight end's perspective. What did Ryan Jones do right on that play, and how did the Pirates execute that particular touchdown?
Oh, so definitely, like when you got those kind of delay plays. I mean, it's definitely all timing, and unfortunately, I mean, I was able to execute some of those, but sometimes if you move too quick or you get too anxious, and if you would have released too soon, it wouldn't have fooled the linebackers, and they would think, oh, it's a pass play, and I literally could have blown the whole opportunity. And so I was watching him, and with him being patient and letting the play develop, and the linebackers to kind of read run or feel run, and for him to time it up just perfect to slip behind him, pretty much wide open, was huge. And that's one thing that I was super fired up about, for him to execute that and be patient, because when that play, Jones had to have been the number one read. So when you're when all right, this ball's coming to me, it's real hard to slow your mind down and let things develop, instead of just jumping the gun and running right away. So him to do that, have that patience, was huge. And it shows the type of player he is, just in the mental aspect of it, to let things develop.
And Bryce, Donnie Kirkpatrick has faced his criticism this year. We've even said that East Carolina has too many guys, too many weapons to be held down offensively. Man, he might have dialed up his best game on Saturday. You think back to that 2-point conversion to C.J. Johnson, one of my favorite plays, where Holden kind of looked him off and then hit him in the end zone. But Donnie K dialed some up on Saturday, and the Pirates executed. This offense is certainly looking like they're playing their best here late in the season.
Oh my goodness, I totally agree. I think go all around. I think Coach K's possibly pulling some things out of the bag or just getting creative. But for the guys to, like I said, Coach K would always tell us, like, look, we're calling the right plays, but if y'all don't execute, there's nothing we can do. And the offense is definitely doing that. On the Holden, the QB standpoint, the receivers, running backs, O-line. And everything like that. So, I mean, definitely like the fourth and C.J. Johnson's 2-point conversion. That was a super contested, catch that I thought he took a big hit and actually, made the DB fall. So that was pretty cool to see that. And then obviously the 4th and 4 to Snead was huge. And then, things like that. I think we're doing a really good job. Holton's looking good. Looking obviously decisive. I think is a huge thing that has affected us earlier in the season. I think things are just clicking, and it's very exciting to watch.
The old cliche, Troy D, you want to be playing your best ball at the end of the season. The Pirates are definitely doing that.
There's
right
no
now.
question about it, and this is a real test. I mean, we always talk about how will they match up against this team. This, each week it seems clip we hear them say this is the toughest game we've had. Not this week, but on the schedule so far. This truly, I was joking with Coach Houston. He could say it this week and mean it. I truly believe this is the toughest game the toughest team ECU has faced, top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams, the entire year. This will truly be the toughest test they will face.
I think it's just one of the highest ranked teams that we've played in ECU history.
I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but this is one of the highest. I believe, what was it? We saw Miami was the one-time higher. Weren't they like number 3 in the 80s? Clip, I had it Monday. I don't have it in front of me now.
I do not recall, but in a long time.
But we've never had a win. This would be the highest victory or the biggest win you could say ever for the program as far as a ranked team.
For sure. Well, I definitely feel good about it. We come out executing, play smart ball, don't beat ourselves. It should be a good game for sure.
Bryce Williams joining us. Bryce, let's go Pirate Radio Outdoors real quick. You had 2 deer to show us last week. What have you been up to in the water or in the woods since we last met with you last week?
We slipped my buddy Chase McDonald. He came down.
Chase McDonald, former ECU first baseman?
Yeah.
All right.
McDonald. Oh, yeah. So I saw him last week, and we just planned it. Hey, man, you want to come down? And we went trout fishing, and we were able to put some fish in the boat. We didn't wear them out by any means. I think the bite sort of kicked on later, more in the middle of the day because of the full moon. But it was a good day. We had a great time together, getting to hang out again. It's been a while. We got to put some fish in the boat, and, really enjoyed it. But hopefully tomorrow, I think, might be in the woods here on the central part of the state, and then maybe slip on the water this weekend. So we got a lot planned. Hopefully we can have have some success.
All right, good deal. Troy D, any Pirate Radio indoors for us?
Pirate Radio indoors. Tomorrow is going to be a big Pirate Radio indoor day. I do have the Bears Lions teed up at 12:30. That'll be on Fox I know everyone is just dying to see that game.
Yeah. I'm going to have the Pirate radio call on as I watch it. It's so big. I need multiple. Yeah, that's a huge game.
So we'll have a lot of indoor action tomorrow because, might have like a breakfast situation, which will all be indoors, the game, and then obviously the big show, the eating late afternoon, early evening feast, which will also be indoors.
That's a good question. We can go around the horn here. When is the because I've heard people have this debate, and sometimes it's north versus south, but we go like 12:30. We have our big meal at 12:30. You go later in the day.
I've done it before back in the day when we used to go to Raleigh and meet everybody at the country club. It was a luncheon.
I was not at a country club, by the way.
But now that I'm doing it at the house, actually I got Lee D coming in. He's bringing in the food from his fantastic place that he lives.
Okay.
So that way we're keeping it easy. But I think we're going to pull the trigger.
You're
around.
making your dad bring the food to Thanksgiving?
He offered.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're going to tip off around 4:30, 5 o'clock at the latest.
All right, Bryce, when are you doing damage to the food?
We will be about lunchtime. I think like that 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish range is when we got our big spread. So I'm glad I don't have to wait that long for the evening because I do enjoy I may actually really look forward to pumpkin pie as I finish the entree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then hopefully we'll have to nap following suit about 2:30 is my plan.
I think if you're only doing one meal, it's best to do it around lunchtime, like one big meal around lunchtime.
Then the rest of the day,
that's
you're
it.
grazing.
But if you're doing, I've got a breakfast thing I've got to be at, so then I need some time after a big breakfast to then space it out. I'm going to skip lunch, and then we'll go to an earlier dinner type of deal. So those are your kind of two options. If you do breakfast, you don't want to do a big lunch. You need to give that time. And if you're not doing breakfast, you want to eat earlier.
Chandler, Shirley, what time is y'all's Thanksgiving meal? Like the big one.
Lunchtime. Tomorrow will be lunchtime. We have before in the past gone evenings, sometimes night, but we're going to go lunch tomorrow.
Shirley.
Well, I've got two.
Well.
You okay?
Yeah,
Did you just sit on something? Well, it's been.
No.
Who's the old actor? George. Anyway, go ahead.
Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart.
Well,
that was my Jimmy Stewart impersonation.
Good Jimmy Stewart impersonation.
Thank you. I do have one. I'm not the king of impersonations like Chandler is, but 1 o'clock and then again at 4:30.
1 o'clock.
That's kind of close, Shirley.
And in years past, we've done something similar to that.
I think you're pushing it right there.
Well,
you're going to be very full. I don't recommend this.
Well, first of all, you're not
at your own risk.
First of all, you ain't going to tell me what to do on Thanksgiving Day.
My feelings about you.
Well, you can go get in touch with them by yourself because I'm telling you right now, I'm eating at 1 because I have two different places to go. I'm eating at 1 here in Greenville, and then I have to be in Durham by 4:30. So I'm eating again at 4:30.
2 country clubs, Shirley?
No,
man,
I don't go to country clubs.
All right, just one.
I don't have a butler to drive me around. I can't do it like Billy does.
What if you're still full at 4? Then you're just attending. You think you can eat again?
Oh, you're going to eat again.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to totally eat again because what you do is, and see, the good thing is I'm not driving to Durham, so what you do is
sleep on the way.
You sleep on the way there.
Then you're refreshed.
You wake up, you eat, sleep on the way back, you're good.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Look, I've done this a time or two.
She's a veteran.
I'm good.
Yeah, I will tell you the days I used to have to drive to Raleigh, have a huge meal, and then drive back in the late afternoon. That's tough right there.
Yeah.
That's why I never go anywhere.
The sun going down, you just ate, 10 pounds of food. That's a tough ride.
Well, see, at 1 o'clock, I'm having deep fried turkey, which I am extremely excited about.
Never had.
Oh, my brother-in-law makes the best deep fried turkey, hands down. And then I'm actually going non-traditional at 4:30. I'm having an Italian meal.
I thought you were going to say tofu turkey.
Going to an Italian restaurant for dinner at 4:30.
Interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bryce, bring us some deer sausage next week.
Deer jerky.
Deer sausage. I should be I should be getting my stuff back from Stancil soon. So it's sausage and some burger.
All right.
And I have to kill another deer to get some jerky for you there, Shirley. But I will put that down.
Well, I don't know. You've been a pretty good shot right here lately, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem for you.
Yeah, no, hopefully not.
Bryce, good stuff, buddy. Thanks for joining us, even if it's via phone. We hope to see you back in studio next week. We'll be talking about bowl destinations, I imagine.
Yeah. When do they? We were talking about when they do that bowl selection show on ESPN. Is it after the conference?
Yeah, probably after the
that Sunday, I believe. So and what is that? The 5th?
Yeah, Jeff Charles said earlier he spoke
some of them will leak out ahead of time.
He spoke with John Gilbert and said we might not necessarily have to wait until then. So
that's true.
Who knows? Could be before then.
I did hear talking to some folks unnamed that have some connections with the conference. As of earlier this week, it was leaning that the conference was liking East Carolina in the Military Bowl. So, well, and all this stuff is subject to change, and I really don't think East Carolina folks have a lot to say about it. You know, we can offer input, but it's going to be where the conference puts you.
Yeah.
But I'm not crazy about the Military Bowl just because we were just in Annapolis, and it's going to be super cold then. But you are playing an ACC opponent. I've also heard there's no way ACC would put North Carolina in that
Why is that?
bowl because North Carolina does not want to play East Carolina.
Yeah, I'll go with that story. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'll go with it. That's a 2:30 on December 27th, which would be a what, Monday?
27th.
Yes, it would. Wow. So that would be a 10:30 kickoff time. Not terrible. I can deal with that. I'm only looking at it from our show perspective. So that would be a 10:30 start time on the Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Yeah, so Monday after Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. Bryce, thanks for joining us, bud.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. Hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving.
You too,
buddy.
Hey, Bryce, before you go, I got a text to tell you something, because apparently it's a deer thing.
Okay.
You had me at meh. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, he got it.
I get it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I was told to tell you that, so.
Oh, dear.
I got it.
Oh, jeez.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Whoops, forgot to turn the music off.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Okay, the deer inside jokes are above my head, so that can be, for those of you that got that, I hope you enjoyed it. There you go. All right, Shirley, let's open up the booty bag here on a Wednesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, what do you want to give away on this pre-Thanksgiving edition of Pirate Radio Live?
Let's see. What did I give away yesterday? I gave away yesterday was Chico's. What did I give away Monday? I don't remember what I gave away Monday. No, we didn't give anything away Monday because Troy forgot. Okay, so let's do a large two-topping pizza.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. Troy forgot. Troy forgot.
Hold on. I was only the host. I was not the producer of the show also that hour.
And the host also should know that we give something away every day in the 5 o'clock hour. Do you not?
I was the quarterback. Sometimes the producer has to call the plays. I would have ran whatever play was called. The play wasn't called.
You had a sheet in front of you.
I took over.
You called those plays, but you can't call a booty bag
when
play?
the original
Okay.
QB left, I came in as the backup QB and started running the offense.
Troy, you've been in radio a long time, brother. You're the Peyton Manning of radio, so you call your own plays, buddy. Omaha.
Not only that, you hosted your own show for I don't know how long.
Shirley, I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm talking about the future and right now.
Okay.
It was not called on Monday, nor did you say, hey, we need to give something away.
Well, it sounds like we have a lot of options here.
We have pizza today. Large two-topping pizza from Domino's.
Sounds good.
Caller 12.
She threw me under the bus?
Yeah, I absolutely would throw you under the bus.
And then the bus ran over you. And then you got in the bus.
I'll throw you under the bus. I'll drive you over. I'll back up. And then probably just for measure, good measure, just do it again.
I thought that that conversation was going to go on long enough to where I got blamed, so I wanted it to end.
That's a good point, Clip Rock. If you didn't leave, that would have never been an issue. So,
or like you should have wrote it down, or what?
Yeah,
all
if you
that.
would have left.
If your daughter wasn't so smart,
yeah.
So it's Lily's fault.
You took the damn playbook. I'm having an audible the whole time, not knowing what the hell to run.
All right.
And this is why you're not the starting quarterback.
What call are we looking for?
12.
Call 12. 317-1250. You can win a large two-topping pizza from Domino's. Back after this.
To some, that may just sound like ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But to a Bud Light legend, it's a signal that says it's time. Time to dust off the barbecue tongs and load up the cooler with 37 Bud Lights and an assortment of dips. Because it's time to take back all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. Let's take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Pizza. What you got there, Dad? Oh, man, the new Bacon Mania lineup from Papa John's. Oh, it's the triple bacon pizza, topped with full strips of bacon. Woo, that smell of bacon through the house has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Why wait? Get break-down-the-door deals now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Black Friday Blowout. Browse our 40,000-square-foot showroom with thousands of items in stock. Plus, save up to 15% off store-wide with 6 months special financing. Or get 72 months special financing. Find the perfect mattress for the way you sleep with 72 months special financing. Don't wait for lower prices. There won't be any. There's no lines, no waiting during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Black Friday Blowout.
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency, and you guys have been taking care of my home and auto insurance for years, but I've been noticing that's not all you do.
First and foremost, Brian, thank you for trusting us to help you and your family with your insurance needs. And you're exactly right. We offer a full host of insurance products to help protect our customers' personal and business insurance needs. Let me introduce you to Nathan Brannon, our commercial insurance specialist, and he can tell you about some of the other products we offer.
Great to talk with you, Brian. As John mentioned, I specialize in offering general liability, commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout eastern North Carolina. As a graduate of East Carolina University, I am passionate about taking care of my fellow pirates.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide you with just about any coverage a business owner might need. So give the Gavigan Agency a call today for any of your personal or business insurance needs and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
This is ECU basketball coach Joe Dooley, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Tyler Macemore of Raleigh, North Carolina, who picked up the large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3 topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty. You can get tickets to the Military Bowl for as low as $40. I'm looking at their website. Don't know if that's where the Pirates will end up, but that is a possibility, as there are other possibilities as well. But Jeff Charles talked to the director of the Military Bowl during the broadcast the other day, Troy, and you know, it sounded so nice what he was saying about ECU, and I know it's his job to say that about every team, but he was like, you know, it's so happy that the Pirates are back to their winning ways. They have great fans, and just listening to it made me feel good.
Yeah.
And again, I know he has to talk up everybody, but it's the same guy that was there in 2010 when the Pirates went to RFK.
Yeah.
And was
Played
talking.
Maryland.
Yeah, not a great game.
That was Coach Ruff and Ralph Friedgen.
That's right.
Remember
That
those guys?
might have been the last game in RFK.
They were.
It was. It might have been the last game for Ralph Friedgen, too.
Yeah, at the time, they were the 2 biggest coaches in college football.
That's right. Because Charlie Weiss and our guy from Kansas were no longer coaching.
I know.
Who's the guy?
Boy, if they were on the staff, too, that would have been an amazing shot.
Let's see. Who's the former Kansas coach I'm thinking of, Troy D?
The Friedgen guy was huge. Whatever happened to him?
Don't know. Mangino. Mark Mangino.
Mark Mangino.
He was a big fella.
He was a
Bubba, as Brian Bailey would call him.
He was a Gasparilla bad boy.
All right. What's your are you Myrtle Beach? What's your pick, Troy, if you got to pick the game?
I keep going back and forth. I'm debating
Beach Bowl.
Now that was funny.
Oh man. Yeah. That's a walk-off right there.
Chandler, if I were you, I wouldn't say anything else the rest of the show. Just leave on a high note.
That was great.
Oh, he's walking out. Goodbye.
Yeah. I think if we beat Cincinnati, we should go to the Peach Bowl. That would be awesome. Now I will say this: if we beat Cincinnati, I've said it is a storm the field deal. Do the goalposts come down, or is it just storm the field? Like, are goalposts coming down a thing anymore? Or do they protect the goalposts?
No, I think you just head to the middle of the field.
That's what I was going to say. Back in my day, we took down goalposts. But I think this modern age college student, they're just about rushing the field, it seems like. Would you say that's a fair statement?
I guess. I don't know if it has anything to do, like, generationally.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like you don't see many goalposts coming down.
I have not seen...
You do see a lot of field rushes.
I have not seen a goalpost come down in a while.
Anyway, to answer your question, I keep going. I'm debating what's more important: the date, the time, the location, the matchup.
This is like just for you. Your decision. You're making the call.
I know. I'm struggling with it. If it was all things being equal, I think I'd have just for the newness of it, and for the fact that our fans could drive there easy, and it would be a fun location. I'd have to say Myrtle Beach Bowl right now.
Even though you would play a Sunbelt team,
I don't care.
Okay.
That doesn't bother me.
All right.
As long as we win the bowl game, I don't care.
Well, it would be a tough matchup if it's Coastal Carolina.
I know. And the one thing that does bother me about
ironically,
it's an 11 o'clock kickoff, right?
No, that's Fenway.
Oh, Fenway. Okay, I'm getting that confused. What time is the kickoff for Myrtle Beach Bowl?
Ironically, if you play, because you think ACC, that would be the better, like the toughest matchup could be Coastal Carolina at the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
100% accurate. Absolutely.
Let's see what time we got here.
Yeah, but I do believe it's the Monday before Christmas.
It is. It's on the 20th.
Yeah, which I like. You get it out of the way before the holidays. And you have that weekend kind of leading into it. And it doesn't mess up your Christmas.
2:30, so same kickoff time as the Military Bowl.
I'll take it.
Would you rather play the Monday before Christmas or the Monday after? Or do you?
Me, I'd rather, honestly, at this point, probably before.
Okay.
Just because we're still working.
God, that is a long wait and a lot of practicing between this Saturday and if you played in the Military Bowl after Christmas.
You get 21 practices.
It's a whole month.
Yeah, and how you use them is up to you, or each school. So,
Myrtle Beach Bowl, 2:30. So good time. I guess you're on ESPN. So on ESPN.
Yeah, it's an ESPN event. It looks like they own the bowl.
And I've not seen any other projection for a team other than Coastal on the other side of that.
Right.
I don't know if it's just them. Definitely.
Fenway is a unique venue, but I've been to Boston the holidays before, and it's really cold up there. I mean, when that wind gets kicking, it is brutal.
And I believe that was on like a Wednesday. Let me check.
That was the weird time. I think that's like an 11 a.m.
That's an 11 a.m.
kickoff, which is not good. So that's a strike against that bowl.
You know it's going to be cold and have gray skies.
So it's December 29th.
That's a Wednesday after Christmas.
And it's early kickoff. It's
Troy, do title sponsors mean anything to you? What if I told you this was the presenting sponsor was, hold on, I just had it, and it was a weird one. Wasabi something. Wasabi.
Look, all the dumb bowl games we've played in. Remember the Feed Your Face Bowl? What was that thing down in Florida?
Beef O'Brady?
Beef O'Brady.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't there a bowl that was called Slap Your Mama sauce or something?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty. No, the sponsor has no bearing to me. As long as it's not something not too stupid.
I wonder what it was like.
Do you want to be in the Slap Your Mama Bowl? Actually, I might.
Wasabi Technologies as the title sponsor.
Yeah, boy, it's spicy.
This is a spicy matchup. I remember. What was it like, Troy? Because I remember the game, but I was like in high school or just getting out of high school with the galleryfurniture.com
bowl.
Like
that was one of the first .com bowls.
I was going to say, a lot of people were like, "How do you even go to this? What is the internet?"
Yeah, there was a furniture store. Gallery Furniture's, I think, was a huge store in Houston. Still might be.
Galleryfurniture.com.
Is that what
they were the first
guy for the Astros that had the
Mattress Mac?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if he might have been tied into that store because I do remember him. It's very possible they are related, like that they're tied in together.
Gallery Furniture Retail. Well done, Chandler.
Yeah.
I told you not to say anything else, but you've upped yourself again.
I do remember that guy being a part. He was the one that started, and in his credit, he was one of the first people to create a website to sell furniture on.
Who do you think he bet on? Because he's a big gambler. You think he bet on the Pirates?
That was a great. I got to tell you, that was a lot of fun. We had a great time at that bowl game. It was the last football game ever played in the Houston Astrodome.
We closed out a lot of stadiums.
We closed out the Peach Bowl. Closed out.
No.
Wait. The
Fulton
County. Yeah, that was the last football game ever played in Fulton County. Football game. Yeah.
Gallery.
But that was the last. Might have been the last event ever in the Astrodome. Very possible.
Texas Tech, right?
It was Texas Tech. Coach
Cliff Kingsbury was the quarterback.
And Ruff was the defensive coordinator, and he got roasted by the Pirate offense.
This was the first, Troy, I guess the Houston Bowl is what they call it. It's no longer a bowl, but this was the first of the bowl games there.
Yeah.
The first.
That was a fun one. And East Carolina rolled them. I mean, big
40
time.
40-27.
Yeah. And this is a true story, too. They ran out of beer. I've never been to an event where they ran out of beer at the Astrodome. They sold out. It was like halftime, and they were sold out. You know, I mean, now Pirate fans are, and there were a lot of Pirate fans there. They had run out. They were like, oh, we didn't realize it was going to be like this. And I guess they weren't prepared. And the same thing happened to our hotel. The hotel lobby and the restaurant ran out of beer. They were not ready for Pirate fans, the invasion.
You got to be prepared.
You got to get your game face ready, and you got to get the plans ready, and you better bring in the reinforcements. And by reinforcements, I mean Bud Lights.
The MVPs for that game, offensively for East Carolina, David Garrard, no surprise. Defensively, a Pirate that I was not too familiar with during his playing days that we caught up with during COVID times when we were talking to all these old Pirates, Bernard Williams. Remember how awesome he was, the interview with him on Pirate Radio last year or 2 years ago? So Bernard Williams was the defensive MVP.
Sadly, one of my favorite memories from that bowl game was this was long before Uber or Lyft or any of these ride shares.
Yeah.
So I caught a ride back to the airport from a hotel with a friend of mine who was staying there. And you might know Big Daddy. You know, Big Daddy Brian Smith.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know Big Daddy.
I might know him.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying our listeners might know him. You definitely know him.
But Big Daddy is named Big Daddy for a reason. He's not a small fella.
He's kind of Mark Mangino.
And he has thinned down some, quite honestly.
He's smaller daddy.
This was back when he was the biggest of Big Daddies.
Not very big daddy.
Back then, he was the biggest. Huge. And
former ECU football player.
Yes, yeah. Went by Blue was his nickname. But
he doesn't have a real name.
He had a rental car, and it was the smallest car. I forget what it was like. Name the smallest car you could get that still has like a back seat. It was that car. Like I forget what it was. It was so small. I've never even been one since. But it was like this. It was honestly. It was so small. Like he had It didn't have 4 doors. It had 2 doors. Like you had to pop open lift up the seat to get in the back seat.
Oh gosh.
So it's him and his wife on the front 2 seats, and I'm in the back, and we're in this thing, and I'm actually having to sit because he's got the seat all the way back. So there's 3 of us in this thing, and honest to God, I mean, it is almost hitting the ground. Like it's the axles. We're giving it all. Like we're giving this
Sparks
thing all.
Are flying up on the road.
We're giving this thing all it can handle. I'm sideways, like crunched up, like in the fetus position in the back seat, while they're laid back up front. But it was just like it looked like a clown car that I had to crawl out of.
Bowl game memories. Yeah. Now we can create some more of these great
cool, neat story.
Yeah. If social media was the thing, you'd be laughing your ass off because we'd pull up the picture and
we'd
you'd
have
see
pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, you would definitely
Video.
have pictures.
Yeah. This is my ride.
What did you do back in the day? Do you have a lot of Polaroids from your?
I've got a lot of old. Back then, the disposable cameras were popular.
I like Shirley's playing you off.
So I had
Shirley.
Do you remember the disposable cameras?
Yeah, sure.
So you'd take those,
click. Yep.
And you'd have to take out of every disposable. You probably get 24 pictures. Maybe like 3 of them were good.
Oh, right.
So your return rate, you never knew until you. And then you had to pay to develop them. I spent a freaking mint in college developing photographs. Now, I got to tell you, I have them in storage, and I've come across some of these.
No way.
If I've got some stuff on some folks in college that could be before internet, could be very damaging. But I'm not going to release it because those are private collection.
Troy D does not believe in blackmail, but if he did, he could.
But just know, people, I've got a lot of good stuff.
Have a great Thanksgiving, folks. Thank you for tuning in to us, Troy D. We'll talk to you Friday.
Yeah, we'll be at the tailgate zone. Look forward to a final home game of the year, final regular season game of the year.
Say hey to my dad. He'll be out there.
Awesome. What about Mrs. Chandler?
She will be back home. She'll have to man the fort at the restaurant.
Okay. Well, we will welcome your dad.
Shirley, Chandler, we'll see you Friday, 11:30 a.m.
Yep.
Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you Friday, 11:30 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.